New Orleans. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my put and put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poop, your bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up. Cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
Trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
Too cold, standing in Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel. We are back and we are playing Brighton Hove Albion today. There's one thing I have missed actually in my little setup here for the graphics is it still says Bruges versus Manchester City. That's something I'll get on. I did forget that actually. I thought I'd covered everything, of course, with all these graphics. We do forget things. It's good to have all you guys here today. I noticed there is Rideye here, Jack Wilson's here, Elijah's here also, Julie's here. It's great to have you. I'll put a little vote in there for you guys to vote on who is going to score today. Obviously, Phil Foden did score that absolute wonder goal, didn't he, against Brighton last season. Now, in the end, it didn't mean anything because City did go on to lose 3-2 in that game, which was, I mean, really frustrating because City were by far the better side, I thought, for most of the game. Then there was a red card in the game, and to the life of me, I can't actually remember which player did in fact get sent off in that game. But once he did get sent off, that was it. City sort of lost it from there. Foden scored that wonder goal. Trossard sat down Ruben Dias, which would not happened all season. But Diaz got embarrassed as well. And in the end, City did lose. And I think it was a contentious red card, wasn't it? In the end between City and Brighton. Graham Potter had a bit of a very strange reaction to the goal. One that we haven't seen ever on video. But Pep Guardiola was very, very, very unhappy with Graham Potter, wasn't he? And they seem to fall out. And if you've listened to any of the build-up to this match, you've heard that Graham Potter has, been very complimentary of Pep and said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and things like that. But Pep has spoke about Brighton, usually in the past, very complimentary. He's not said anything about Graham Potter at all. So that's interesting that that's the case. I want to say thank you all to everyone as well. 1,780 subscribers. I think we're a little bit above that. But thank you very much for that. And we've actually changed it over to Brighton now in the background. That was a quick little change for you guys. I don't think anyone managed to see it. So luckily, you guys managed to see that. I just had someone text me actually and say, wrong graphics there. Don't worry, I've sorted it all out. So this is the team for City today. Ederson starts in goal. Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Cancelo in the back four. We've got Rodri. Gundogan comes in for his first start since injury in the midfield alongside Bernardo Silva. Then a front three of Gabriel Jesus in for Riyad Mahrez from the midweek game against Club Brugge. We've got Grealish on the left and Phil Foden back in that false nine role. And Foden was absolutely class, wasn't he, in that false nine role. Perhaps we could see the second coming of Messi. I know that is a bit far-fetched. We've seen a lot of players, City players, been interviewed over the past few weeks. And I think it was Alexander Zinchenko the other day. I watched a video with him and Kevin De Bruyne, and someone asked who is going to be the best player in 2035, I think it was. And Zinchenko said the top three players in the world would be Phil Foden, Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. And it's crazy to think we could have two of those players playing in the same team in City Blue next season, if things go to plan, that is. Elijah says, I hope we get revenge. Well, I'm hoping we do beat Brighton today. Graham Potter seemed to be very, very happy, didn't he, with that win for Brighton in the last one. I mean, obviously, they come back, didn't they, from 1-0 down, I think it was, and they beat City, who were the champions. So I think for Brighton, that was a big result for them. I don't know if you've seen some of the results around the Premier League already today, which have been really, really interesting. I'm just going to check them to make sure they're right. But Chelsea did beat Norwich City by 7-0 today. A 7-0 win for them, which pretty much says to me that Norwich are down, aren't they? Norwich City are relegated. We don't want Norwich back in the Premier League again next year. The same you'd say for Watford. I thought Watford, really put them in the same boat. But listen to this. Crystal Palace won, Newcastle United won. So they pick up points, 1 point away from home under the caretaker manager. Everton 2, and the side I've just mentioned, Watford 5. So 5 goals for Watford. They have beat Everton. I think Josh King did get a goal against Watford. He did. Yeah, he did. Josh King with a hat-trick against Everton. So he was on loan at Everton last season. He's joined Watford on a free transfer. A hat-trick for Josh King, who's not yet scored for Watford. Well, there you go. Kutzka in the 78th minute and Dennis in the 91st. So Dennis, who scored goals the Bernabeu, hasn't he, against Real Madrid, Richarlison and Davies on the score sheet for Everton. They're interesting results around the league. Southampton 2, Burnley 2, and Leeds United 1, Wolves 1. Leeds United still continue their poor start to the season. And it was Rodrigo in the 94th minute, a penalty to get Leeds level there. So some interesting results around the table. The Chelsea one's a big one because Chelsea are what you'd say City title rivals. Elijah says Chelsea smashed Norwich 7-0. Yeah, what a results for Chelsea. Poor for Norwich. Claudio Ranieri wins his first game, says Elijah. Is it his first game or is it his second game? I think his first game, Elijah, was in that game against Liverpool where they got battered. And I watched that game actually for quite a while, and I thought, Watford are down again, aren't they? And I think still Watford are going to go down. They swap and change managers like there's no tomorrow, don't they? Whether that ever is going to work for them. Chelsea have got a pretty good way of doing that, haven't they? They have a manager for maybe 2 years, they sack them and bring a new one in, and it seems to work for them. But you see, Manchester United, they've tried to do that, and it's not worked at all. And hopefully Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stays at United for the long future. I mean, trust the process, keep Ollie in charge. That's the way it's got to be. Bumper scoring day. Let's hope City adds the tally. Well, that's it with Watford and other teams scoring so many goals. Hopefully we see the same from City today. An exciting game. Let's have a look at the two teams against each other. So that's the City team on the left-hand side. The right-hand side is the Brighton side. Lanky is back. Good to have you, Lanky. Rideye says, thoughts on the rumour Sterling swap for Coutinho? I would like him to come. I wouldn't want Coutinho, Rideye. The guy is absolutely finished. But so could Raheem Sterling. We don't want another Sterling, do we, in Coutinho? The Brighton side, I've got it as a 4-3-3 here, or 4-5-1. Google have got it as a 4-4-2. And Sky Sports have got it as a sort of 5 at the back. So it's hard to look where it's going to go. Veltman could easily play as an inside centre-back, couldn't he? In a sort of back 3. Kukurea at the left wing-back, left full-back position. He was fantastic in the other day, the game for Brighton. And he's one that could have been a Manchester City player. And City were out looking for a left-back, and they brought in a left-back from Monaco, and they wanted to bring in another left-back. They did look at Kukurea, whose contract was up at Barcelona. In the end, it didn't work out for him, and the Spaniard went on loan to Getafe. Really, really impressed there in Spain. And now Brighton have picked him up, which I think is a really good move for them. Joel Veltman, of course, ex-Ajax man. He's played in the Champions League semi-final. So they've got some pretty good players in there. I think Sanchez is an actually very good goalkeeper. I think he's very underrated. I always tell the same story on Robert Sanchez whenever I see him play. I went and watched the game between Newcastle and Rochdale a very long time ago now, maybe 2 years ago, at St James's Park. And Robert Sanchez was in goal for Rochdale, who are a League 2 side, local to Manchester City, and he was terrible. And the person I went with actually turned and said to me, he looks okay, the goalkeeper for Rochdale. He's on loan from Brighton, Spaniard. And then he gave away the ball, he pushed the ball into his own net, and they took him off at half-time. He was that bad. But he's now Brighton's starting goalkeeper, and he's actually quite good. If you've got a fantasy Premier League team, you know, a lot of people haven't got him in there. Dunk and Burn at the back, solid partnership there. Midfield, we'll say it's March and Trossard on the wing. Trossard, who scored that really nice goal against City last time. Pascal Gross, Murder, and it is Adam Lallana, ex-Liverpool man, in the midfield 3. And then Neil Maupay, who seems to wind up Arsenal fans enough, doesn't he? He's up top. Good battles there. I think if Brighton do play that back 5, the wing-back is going to be key for them, especially with Cancelo getting forward for City down at left-hand side. But it just depends on what Kyle Walker does. And usually with City, we know how City play. Walker goes into the back 3, doesn't he, with Diaz and Laporte. Cancelo up that left-hand side. And City love to change formation. And City, you could say, play when Cancelo drops into that midfield alongside Rodri. We've sort of got a 3-2-5, you could say, a 3-2-5. And I was watching, if anyone's heard of the YouTube channel Coach's Voice, that's really interesting. One of my favourite YouTube channels at the moment, watching videos. I've seen Johan Cruyff's son, Jordi Cruyff, talk about the way Barcelona played in the 70s. Really, really interesting. Really enjoyed listening to that. You know, Johan Cruyff is considered, isn't he, the god of football in a way, isn't he? The man who brought in this total football, the man who inspired people like Pep Guardiola, Marcelo Bielsa, and that is something that you can watch on there. And I listened to a Xavi speak, who used to play for Barcelona, the central midfielder. You'd know him pretty well. Learned under Pep Guardiola, didn't he? Replaced Guardiola at Barcelona. And what he was saying was he loves to play at Al Sadd, that he manages, a 3-2-5. And I looked at it and thought, that's an interesting formation. You don't see that very much. And then when you look at City, you think, you know what? City play exactly the same way. The fullback Walker drops into the centre-back. You see Cancelo go into the midfield alongside Rodri. Then you see Gundogan and Bernardo play sort of 3/8, push right forward. And then we get the width from Grealish and Jesus. And especially Phil Foden in there dropping deep. I mean, Foden was fantastic the other night, wasn't he? Against Brugge. He can drop in and pick up the space and put passes all over the field now. And Foden is more than just a player that can dribble, and he's got a decent finish on him, but he's also someone that can just create a goal from deep now, play a ball over the top. You saw that pass he put over to Joao Cancelo against Brugge. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Cancelo nutmegging the goalkeeper as well, as I always say. Samir Nasri at fullback, that is my nickname for Cancelo. City look fantastic, and Grealish on the left and Foden in the false 9, I think, could be the way forward. So Sophie Greenwood's gone for a 3-1 to City. Braithwaite swap for Sterling, then I would be interested, Lanky. Do you seriously want Braithwaite at City, Lanky? Honestly, the guy was playing for Middlesbrough, wasn't he, in the Championship not too long ago? Rideye says Cole Palmer at super sub. MK hopes it's a good game and City win. Lanky thinks it's going to be a 4-0 thumping to Manchester City. And Radai says, it'd be nice to see Cole get another goal. It'd be nice to see Cole Palmer come on again, wouldn't it? I thought Cole Palmer, I don't think I was as complimentary as him as other people were. You know, I think he played a decent game against Brugge. Yes, he scored a goal, and one thing that he does have to his game is he's a good finisher for a central midfielder or a winger, wherever you want to play him. I think he's really good for that, you know, getting in front of goal and scoring, which is something City lack. We don't really have a goal scorer for midfield, maybe Gundogan, who we've missed. But Cole Palmer, I don't think his first touch is fantastic. I think sometimes he plays stray passes, but he is 19 years of age, and you can't be too harsh on him. I think me, and along with a few other people, when Phil Foden first came to that City team, we were doubtful in a way of Phil Foden. We didn't think he was going to be the best of the best. It's taken time, and it just depends on him and how a player develops. I mean, someone that I thought was always going to be an incredible player whenever I saw him play was Jayden Braff for the youth team. If you've watched City's youth team, Jayden Braff is ridiculous, but clearly he hasn't got the attitude, he hasn't got the implement of his game, and he's not developed at all, and it does affect a player, doesn't it? Good. Elijah says Brighton 0, Manchester City 3. I think Brighton will score, but I think our defence is way better. You've predicted a 3-0 though, Elijah, if you're thinking Brighton will score. But we did concede to Club Brugge, but hope it don't happen. Yeah, I mean, City defensively did struggle at times, didn't we, against Brugge? We weren't, you know, absolutely fantastic against Brugge, I'd have to say. I wasn't happy with the goal we conceded. I think as a team, you've got to be a little bit disappointed with the goal we conceded, but that comes with time, doesn't it, with City? Cancelo seems to be the first choice for left back all the time now. Walker at right back, Diaz and Laporte seem to be the defensive option. Stones, it feels bad for him really, because he probably wants to be in and around the first team. I think City will take time to really solidify this back line now. Last season it was, you know, we did have Walker, Diaz, Stones and Zinchenko. This season, to me, it seems like it's going to be Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Cancelo. That seems to be the way to go. And the more you play people like Cancelo, the better they do. You know, Cancelo seems to be one of those players that needs to get into his rhythm. And Kevin De Bruyne has mentioned that in a recent interview as well. No Sterling is the big miss in the squad today. The big name not being in the squad. No Raheem Sterling at all. Apparently, it's due to back injury. And if you've seen quotes from Pep Guardiola's press conference, he said about Sterling that Sterling has played the best football he's probably played in a very long time at City in the past 3 or 4 appearances. You know, sort of saying that he's been doing really well for City. But he did mention that Sterling had been missing before then. So I think even Pep Guardiola is now starting to acknowledge that Sterling has been poor for a very long time. But a back injury keeps Sterling out today. So no Sterling. It is Jesus on that right hand side. I think personally, I'm very happy with that team. Very, very happy with that team. And I think that it is a deserved rest for Kevin De Bruyne. So the players are coming out into the field now, very close to kick-off. Elijah says, will you play Football Manager 22? Well, I'll tell you something, Elijah. To me, Football Manager, you have to be really, really invested in. Games like PES and FIFA, you can sort of play on and off. But Football Manager, you've really got to get into it and put a lot of time into it, more than you would on unusual games. And I think it's a good game, though. I think I played Football Manager 20. Football Manager 2020, and I set myself up as Xabi Alonso, the Real Sociedad B manager, and I managed to get a job at Borussia Dortmund, and I had a team like Pepe up top. If you think Nicola Pepe when he was at Lille and he was banging in the goals, I managed to bring him in for around 15 million and so on. This is a long story short in a way, but my problem with Football Manager is you don't control the players, of course, you motivate the players, but I was having something like 40 shots a game and losing 1-0. And I thought, well, I don't know if this game's for me. And I kept getting sacked. So maybe it's something I'll go back to. Maybe it's something that we could do in this channel. I know a lot of people are fans of Football Manager, and that's something to look into. I'm sure about that. Well, Sky Sports just showing up on the screen now. The Brighton side, and they do show Sully March and Cucurella as the wing-backs in today's system. And Cucurella has played a lot as a left midfielder for Getafe, but he did play as a left-back for Barcelona's youth team. So it's very interesting. And they're saying it's Lallana in behind a front two of Trossard and Neil Mopai. They've got the likes of Lamptey, who's back on the bench there, and Mepu. Bissouma's on the bench, interestingly enough. He had been arrested, but it looks like he's back in the squad again for Brighton. Can't say too much on that. And Aaron Connolly as well, who's a small, stocky player, similar in stature to me to Sergio Aguero. So we'll see how he does today, if he can come on, bit of pace off the bench. Ridai says, if City had to go for a plan B for a striker in the transfer window, who would you want? Dusan Vlahovic or Darwin Nunez? That is a tough one, Ridai, because it depends what you want. I think Dusan Vlahovic right now is a better player than Darwin Nunez. I think he is. I think Dusan Vlahovic provides more guarantee of goals than Nunez. I think Vlahovic has probably outscored Nunez in just one season than what Nunez has scored in 2 or 3 seasons. Nunez isn't an out-and-out goal scorer. To me, he's a bit of a Gabriel Jesus. Not a real good finisher in front of goal. And I did see him play a bit for Almeria a few times, and I thought he was fantastic. And I thought, a Premier League side, as someone fit in the mid-table, would be good to pick him up. Benfica wanted Cavani, didn't they? Cavani rejected them due to wage, issues. They went for Darwin Nunez. They were happy with that. They looked like they were going to get 70 million or something from City for him, and he's dropped off, and he started to play well again, but I'm just not sure he is the man, Darwin Nunez. I think Vlahovic is the better option. My only issue with Vlahovic is, does he fit City's style? Does he fit City's style? Because he's not really someone who gets involved with play, is he? He's a finisher, which is what City lack, but he doesn't get involved with play at all. I mean, Haaland doesn't to an extent, but he can't really run with the ball, Vlahovic. But to be fair to him, he's one of those players that has a solid, 8, maybe a 7 out of 10 every game or a 6 out of 10 every game. And Lanky's quite right. A man that I've mentioned for a long time. Alexander Isak is better than both of them. I agree with you, Lanky. If City can't get Haaland and they need a plan B, to me, Alexander Isak is the man. The Swedish striker is ridiculous. He's been very good for a long time. I see it as much as La Liga as I can do. I listen to the Spanish football podcast with Sid Lowe and Phil Kitchmanidis. So I know quite a bit about Spanish football, and Alexander Isak is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So City versus Brighton. We're about to kick off here, and we do kick off City versus Brighton. Foden, City in the 3rd kit this game today. Not the most exciting kits, is it? I think it's pretty poor, actually, with the no logos anymore. We'll just put Man City across it. Not sure that's my sort of thing. And City have got to throw in immediately here after a long ball with Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. Elijah says, Konami have postponed the 9.1 update. Yeah, that's bad for you. That sounds bad to me, Elijah. If they postpone the update, how bad must the game still be? I haven't played eFootball. I don't intend to play eFootball. It's a free game anyway, isn't it? But I don't intend to play it until they sort it out. For the moment, I'll carry on playing PES 2021, which is with mods 2022, and it's a fantastic game like that. It really is. One of my favourite games to play. So, City on the ball here with Ruben Dias at the back for City, and City not really going to that back three. Kyle Walker is pushing forward. I think with those playing the wing back in Brighton, you've got to get forward on that right hand side, and City is very much a back two with Rodri sort of dropping into that midfield. The kit is rubbish, as Elijah. Yeah. I think if anyone buys it, you're encouraging Puma to continue making kits like that, which you really shouldn't do. Here is Brighton with a long ball forward. Jesus seems to have picked up an injury early on here. He just slid in for a tackle. I think maybe just a knock on the funny bone for Gabriel Jesus. And Graham Potter's, showing off a new look, isn't he, with the beard and the shorter hair. Not what you remember of Graham Potter. Maybe he's slowly becoming Pep Guardiola. Here's Jack Grealish for City. Absolutely smashed into by a Brighton player. No free kick. And Grealish slowly gets to his feet. It looked like a foul by Brighton. Andre Mariner, the referee today. Not sure how he missed that. Junior's here. Hello to you, Junior. Hope you're doing well. Long ball forward from Brighton. Sully Marsh can't keep that one in. Favourite kit of all time, says Lanky. It's a tough one. I personally, my favourite kit of all time, or of the recent times anyway, is the Champions League black and red away kit with gold on it. I had one of those with Samir Nasri on, and unfortunately someone washed it and it rubbed the number off it. Wounded. One of my favourite kits, that one. Here's Trossard for Brighton. They looked a bit lively there, Brighton, with a chance. Cancelo on his left-hand side, onto his left foot, into Jack Grealish. Here is Jack Grealish. Back he goes to Aymeric Laporte. We need to get Grealish involved a lot today. He was fantastic against Brugge in the midweek game. Walker down the wide to Gabriel Jesus. Fantastic play. A bit of a pushing in by Cucurella. Rodri in the midfield. Gundogan, and Gundogan goes back. And one thing I've noticed about Gundogan since coming back, he's a very backwards passer, isn't he, at times, Gundogan? He slows down counter-attacks and apologises to teammates. He's thinking, just pass that ball forward. That pass was on. This is a poor pass by City. Jesus is fouled by Dan Burn, all 6'6" of Dan Burn. Referee says no free kick and Brighton still in possession. Foden pressing from the front straight away, along with Grealish. And here's Robert Sanchez into Burn. Dunk into Murder. Tackled by Rodri. They've got it back here, Brighton. A bit of a counter here. Neil Mopai Flicks it round Bernardo Silva. Throws himself to the deck, does Neil Mopai. Well, that's called a dive, referee. And he should be booking the Brighton player there. I'm surprised he hasn't. Puma with that third kit, says Elijah, was the best Man City home kit of all time. Which one? Which one? The Paisley one, the white one, or the current away kit? That's quite nice as well, to be fair. Or do you mean the yellow and pink one? That was an interesting one, wasn't it, by Puma? I couldn't care, really. As long as the home kit's decent. They're paying City 50 million a year, aren't they? So you can't really complain about what they bring out. But you see some people on Twitter, especially designers and stuff, who, you know, they design better kits. I mean, if you've been watching our PES series, I design better kits than Puma. And I wish I got paid 50 million a year to do that. Here's Raul Cancelo over the top for City. A run by Phil Foden, that false 9 roll. Lewis Dunk right through the back of Phil Foden, referee. 2 arms in the back of Phil Foden, and it is a free kick. Dunk protests, but it's going to be a foul, Dunk. You can't just push Phil Foden in the back. Yeah, Dunk's getting too tight to Foden there. You've got to be careful. 80% you do think at the moment that Phil Foden will score today. Lanky says, that kit was my first kit. They had Lescott on the back, and I was 6 or 7. You're right, Lanky. Honestly, fantastic kit. Fantastic kit, that one. I quite liked the other one as well, which was again by Umbro, and it was very similar, but it was black and grey stripe. We wore it when we lost 3-2 to Real Madrid, that late minute Cristiano Ronaldo Benzema goal, with a blue writing on it. Edin Dzeko wore that one. That was a really nice kit. I've got Sergio Aguero on the back of that one, number 16. Iconic number, wasn't it? So City with a free kick here. Phil Foden swings it on the left boot. Sanchez is off his line here. Head away by Sully March. Phil Foden takes it back down. Beautiful touch on the left foot, Phil Foden. And then he works it into Joao Cancelo on this far left-hand side. El Clasico tomorrow. My money's on Real Madrid, Elijah. Yeah. I don't think Ronald Koeman's doing any good, is he, for Barcelona? Who'd have thought he wouldn't do? Ex-Everton manager. Oh, Sanchez has made a mistake here. Kicks it into the back of his own player. Goes back to City. Gundogan. It is Christopher, what's his name now? The French journalist, PSG fan on ESPN, who calls Koeman now, he calls him the Dutch guy. He doesn't even call him Ronald Koeman anymore on the Gab and Jules podcast, because he's just sick of Ronald Koeman being Barcelona manager. Ref is playing fair, says Redeye. That's quite right. At the moment he is, but it is Andre Mariner. City don't have a great track record with him. Grealish up this left-hand side for City now. Running against Veltman. He's dragged in 3 or 4 Brighton players. Can't work into Ilkay Gundogan. Murder back to Dunk, and Dunk gets it away. Really nice press-resistant pass there. Couldn't get tight to him. Sully March under pressure from Grealish. Skips past a couple of challenges there. Laporte watches Trossard run it out of play. The 14-15 blue kit with colour was so nice, trying to find for cheap, says Lanky. Very hard to find football kits, and now something I was talking with someone today is, I do actually have a football kit collection, City and other kits. I wondered if you guys, on just the community tab, would be interested in me maybe once a week putting out the kit, and then a little story behind the kit, or the game that I remember and why I've got that kit. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Ooh, late tackle by Dan Burn here on Diaz. Does win the ball, City get the ball back. Here is Bernardo Silva. Bernardo looks for Joao Cancelo. He goes wide to Jack Grealish. 1-on-1 here. You're isolating Grealish against Veltman, which is bad news for Brighton. Grealish back to Cancelo. Cancelo on his right foot. Cancelo with a strike. Oh, it's a brilliant save. Shot by Cancelo on the edge of the box on his right foot towards the bottom corner. Diving across his box is the Spaniard Robert Sanchez. And he just keeps it out. Good save. Good strong hand from Sanchez. It really is. Does take a bit of a bobble under Trossard. Cancelo. He's shot. That was a very good chance for the fullback to get his goal. What kit do you hate, says Elijah? Ooh, it's hard to say. I didn't like the kit with the purple on, to be honest with you. The home kit with the purple on that Puma did. That wasn't my thing. So City with a corner here. Gundogan swings in towards the near post. Ooh, blocked away by Dan Burn with a trailing leg and into the hands of the goalkeeper of Brighton. Cancelo, the new left back Ronaldo, says Radai. Fantastic Cancelo, isn't he? Hi everyone. Hope you're having a good day, says Mr. Tigerman. Thank you very much. I hope you are too. Good to have you on the live stream. Oh, what club do you hate, says Elijah. Someone just pointed out to me. I said, which shirt do you hate? Which club do you hate? Manchester United? I don't know. Man United? I'm not a massive fan of Liverpool, although before the rivalry started that Liverpool sort of forced themselves, I weren't too bothered about Liverpool, to be honest with you. It's not really a club I really don't like, to be honest with you. So, the game has started well for City. We'll have to see how City go. But do let me know, guys. I'll put a little poll on the community tab maybe after this game. You guys vote if you want to see maybe once a week me show you, a shirt from the collection that I've got. give you a little story behind it. I have got a few frame shirts as well. I've got a framed Cavani shirt, a framed Wesley Sneijder shirt, one of my favourite players when he played for Inter Milan. When they won the Champions League that time, 2010 that was. There's Cucurella, good press down to their midfielder of Brighton, Trossard, looking in behind to Cucurella, has to turn. Bernardo Silva pressing well, wonderful footwork from the Belgian. Trossard, over the top here to Mopay and the chest of Aymeric Laporte into Ilkay Gundogan. Nearly caught out Grealish, heavy touch from Jack. Jack's throwing his body right into Pascal Gross, but no free kick for them. Lanky hates Elijah. Hates Elijah. Hope he don't. He hates Leicester. He lives in the area, so the fans are annoying. Mr. Tigerman hates Liverpool the most. Hate's a strong word, isn't it? But there is football teams that you really do dislike. I don't think I particularly hate Manchester United at the moment. I think I don't even feel sorry for them. They're just not even. They're not even worth worrying about, are they, United? They're that bad. Well, Brighton have got a free kick here. Lallana was dragged down by Bernardo Silva. And they take the free kick quickly to Brighton, the halfway line. Back to Dan Burn, who's over at the pass a little bit to Lewis Dunk. Dunk again. Back to Sanchez. Here is Dan Burn. Big man. Nice left foot on him. Plays a lovely ball over the top here that Walker's going to chase down. And the spin off the turf. Just takes it behind for a throw into City. He looks okay. There's that murder in midfield. Looks a decent player. Is he Danish, I think? Mr. Tigerman says he doesn't even worry about Man United. That's exactly it, isn't it? They're not even a rival, I don't think, Manchester United, because you just don't care. I know the thing is, the frustrating thing is they do beat City every year, don't they? Because Pep, I think Pep takes one for the team against United and just says, if it keeps Ollie in a job, we'll keep losing to them. Drew likes the Manchester City Wembley 1999 playoff final shirt, the Kappa away shirt. Exactly, that's a nice one. The green and dark blue, very nice shirt actually. One that I don't own, but very hard to get a hold of anyway. Good work from Rodri here. Grealish into Gundogan. City on the counter here. City got men over. Jesus in acres of space. Cucurella's out of position. Gabriel Jesus onto his right foot. Poor position by Sanchez, and it's a goal, is it? Off the line by Dunk. What a clearance from Lewis Dunk. Jesus, what a ball from Gundogan, takes it round the goalkeeper near post. Lewis Dunk clears it off the line with an overhead kick. Very unlucky. Dan Burn is a player that makes me feel insecure about my height, says Lanky. Well, he is freakishly large, isn't he, at 6'6", 6'7". I wouldn't worry about it. Elijah's not a fan of Chelsea. I don't mind Chelsea, to be honest with you. So City should be 1-0 up here. Dan Burn couldn't get across the Jesus, but it was an incredible clearance by Lewis Dunk. An overhead kick on the line, similar to the Kyle Walker one against Liverpool, if you remember that one in the Charity Shield a few years back. Great defending from Lewis Dunk, who could have been on his way to Chelsea, couldn't he, a few years ago? That never seemed to materialise, that transfer. Laporte over the top for City, but City looking good here. Here's Jack Grealish, what a touch, what a first touch, but quickly across to him, he's Velton with the foot in. Grealish's first touch is letting down a few times today. We'll see this again in the replay. Sanchez's position is poor. What a clearance from Dunk. What a clearance from Dunk. Acrobatics, proper defending. Mr. Tigerman really dislikes Chelsea. I don't mind Chelsea, to be honest with you. No real problem with Chelsea. Maybe not a biggest fan of their fans. You know, they like to rip up seats and things, but a lot of teams have got bad fans, haven't they? Here's Kyle Walker. Jesus. Here's a good question for you. Which team have you got a soft spot for? So other than City, which sort of team that you like, which you maybe think you shouldn't like? Here's Walker. Rodri, great ball over the top. Rodri into Bernardo Silva. In the box, little spin. Phil Foden here. Foden with a hit. Good block by Dunk. Sanchez can't pick it up. Bernardo with an overhead kick. Gundogan with a goal. And Manchester City lead 1-0. It will stand the goal. Brighton want a free kick. Robert Sanchez is really weak to come out and catch that. Goalkeeper mistake. He tries to catch it. Header by Jesus. Bernardo Silva into Ilkay Gundogan, and the captain on his return to the side in the Premier League gets a goal here. Well, it's shocking goalkeeping from Sanchez. Such weak hands from the Spaniard. Bernardo with an overhead kick of himself into the path of Ilkay Gundogan. Could easily beat Man United 2-0, but we always lose a tie. Ridai says Gundo. Yeah, Ilkay Gundogan. Back in the team and firing. Foden with a shot which deflects up off Dunk into the air. Robert Sanchez makes an absolute mess of this one, trying to catch it. And Bernardo Silva with an overhead kick pass into İlkay Gundogan. It's a tap in for Manchester City. They might look at this in VAR as a foul. I don't think it will be a foul. Mayer's back and back in. Tie for a goal. Yep, goal for City. VAR will look at this. I can't see this being a foul. Definitely not a foul on the goalkeeper. Goal is given. That is weak goalkeeping from the Spaniards. Well, I've told you about him being not good enough to play at Rochdale. But he's first choice at this team, at Brighton, in the Premier League. Rudai says he's got a soft spot for Leeds. Yeah, I know quite a few people who support Leeds, actually. I actually used to sit next to someone at City games who was a long-time City fan. He must have been in his 80s. He'd followed City home and away. Moved, actually, abroad with his family. And he was saying to me, I said, you know, when Leeds were looking at coming up, he said, I hope Leeds don't come up. And I said, why? You know, Leeds play good football. He said, the fans are awful. He said he went to Elland Road, I mean, probably in the 70s or something. And as he came out of the ground, they were throwing bricks at him. So, you know, he hated Leeds, but some people like Leeds. It's very interesting to see which teams people like. Mr. Tigerman says, if anything, the goalkeeper ran into Jesus. He did. He just stronger hands, and he would have saved that. Sanchez long. Interception. Joao Cancelo plucks it out the air on the toe of his right boot. Here's Cancelo again. No, he's given away. Cancelo unluckily and Foden. Miscommunication there. Rodri in to win it back off Murder. Good footwork, but İlkay Gundogan wins it back. City looking great here. Gundogan with a pass out wide. And that is a rusty İlkay Gundogan pass as he tries to work it out wide to Jack Grealish. Really rusty when it's overhit. Who scored? Missed it, says Lanky. İlkay Gundogan Lanky. Goalkeeper for Brighton makes an absolute mess of it. Can't catch it above Jesus' head. Bernardo Silva with a little overhead kick right in the box. And the overhead kick goes straight to Gundogan for a tap-in. I almost become a Liverpool fan, but I decided to choose Man City, says Elijah. Well, definitely made the right choice there, I think. So Gundogan with a goal for City. Cucurella there with a headband in the frizzy hair. Real wild hair from the Spaniard there at left back or left wing back. I think he is a born and bred Catalonian. I think Cucurella. Mr. Tigerman has a soft spot for Atletico Madrid. Are you a Simeone fan? Oh, Brighton a bit of trouble here. Grealish pressing but can't win it back. Webster with a switch of play. Good pass actually. Brighton play some very good stuff and they are here. Dunk. Burn. Interception by Jesus is not enough. Goes behind for a throw into Brighton. Brighton be disheartened that they've conceded so early on. But they came back in the last one, didn't they? It was never a foul on the goalkeeper. It's very weak goalkeeping there. Pickle says, Brighton fan, but City doing a cracking job this game. Thank you very much, Pickle. City have been fantastic, haven't they? I have to say, Pickle, I think Brighton play some really, really good stuff. You know, you think of these teams that are, you know, you'd say you're mid-table or, you know, recently promoted, really, in terms of when they came up, but they play a beautiful brand of football under Graham Potter. You know, the similar style to City, and you can watch Brighton and be entertained by the football. It's a shame they don't score as many goals, so I think they would be higher up the table. Any news on Ferentz's Rudai? 3 months out. 3 months out. Elijah likes Barcelona. They're his favourite Spanish club. My favourite Spanish club in La Liga is Celta Vigo. And Mace is on NSCBSN. Yeah, it is. I think it is on there in America on Sky Sports in the UK. Lanky says Potter for our next coach. I think he needs to prove himself actually winning things. A Brighton on the attack here. In the box is Trossard. A shot on his left boot, which he slices over. But City there got caught out. Weren't really sure in the box, were they? Mopai into Trossard. And over the top it goes. But I don't think Potter for our next coach, Lanky. You need someone who's going to win, you know, can win trophies. City can't afford to take a risk really on a manager. And Elijah says never in a million years. I think that with Potter. Pickle Pep says, and we're getting better, most definitely. Yeah, you are. And I think, you know, sustaining your position in the Premier League is a good start. I want you to do that. You really do well. But here's Trossard for Brighton. City make a mistake playing out from the back. Cross comes in. Header won by Brighton. Kyle Walker's there to put off Murder. It's behind for a goal kick, but City overplaying it a little bit at the back there. And they got caught out. Cancelo, poor pass by Laporte to Cancelo. Lallana won it back, I think. Good swing in from Trossard and Murder had to rise well, but couldn't get the end of that one. Who's next to the helm? Says Lanky. Well, that's a tough one. If you've been watching Ajax any games this season, he's fantastic. Well, Pep Guardiola's shaking his head here. He's telling Ederson not to play it short, play it long. He looks very frustrated. does but Luis Enrique, like Tigerman says there, I think it's between Enrique and Ten Hag. Oh, Foden's in here. Phil Foden around the keeper Sanchez. Good goalkeeping by the Spaniard. Gets his legs out, wins it back off Foden. Nearly 2-0 Manchester City. A ball played in behind by Jack Grealish. Foden made that run into that left-hand channel. Tried to take it around the goalkeeper Sanchez, but he couldn't do. Elijah says why Vigo and not Madrid or Atleti. Well, I quite like the culture of Galicia, to be honest with you, Mr. Tigerman. I like Deportivo La Coruña as well, but in the north of Spain, they are, in fact, in the 3rd division of Spanish football now, and once La Liga winners. Really has changed for them in recent times. Good back heel by Brighton. Ball in behind it. Diaz intercepts. Brighton actually look really good. Bernardo here. Little handball. Oh, lovely little back heel by Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden skips away from a couple of challenges. City 3-on-2 here. Who's Phil Foden? White is Grealish. Grealish looking to get it on his right foot. Grealish with a shot on his right foot. Deflecting the path of Jesus. Jesus on the left foot. Good save by Sanchez. Back out to Gundogan. How City haven't made it 2-0, I don't know. Here's Grealish again. Still Grealish. Into the box. Foden's there and just absolutely sliced away by the Brighton defender. City could easily be 2-0 up. Foden so close. Brighton growing in confidence, says Mr. Tigerman. Quite right. Sanchez, the goalkeeper, made up for his mistake with a really good save on Phil Foden. Rudai says Ollie out. I hope that never happens, Rudai. We need Ollie at United forever. Bruno Penandez says, I wish you had this type of football at United. Yeah, I mean, United don't even have a brand of football, do they? It's just, let's hope that some individuals bail us out after we go 2-0 down. It's ridiculous, really, how bad United are. Jesus. And Ferguson said not in his lifetime. He'd be wishing he weren't here, wouldn't he, at the moment, Sir Alex Ferguson. Here's Grealish on this left-hand side, up against Veltman. Grealish, back into Cancelo. Running to the box by Phil Foden. Sully March gets a kick on it. And Lewis Dunk takes it away. Oh, it's a shocking clearance from Brighton. I think if Brighton, to me, if Graham Potter had a higher quality of player and someone who could finish chances, I think they'd be a really good side. A really good side who would be in and around, I think, the top half of the table, top 10. I really do. Replay there of the no goal that City nearly scored for Gabriel Jesus. Not even Pinaldo has showed up in United, as Mr. Tiger. Well, he's keeping Ollie in a job, isn't he, Pinaldo? Scoring lots of late goals. Throwing for City on this left-hand side. Joao Cancelo. Into Grealish on the chest. And Grealish goes back to Aymeric Laporte. And he goes back to goalkeeper Edison. City start again, building it from the back, as they do. City play so well in this way, and that's why they've done it. I mean, have you seen the goalkeeper kit? What is Robert Sanchez doing? Confident goalkeeping out of his box, and he's laying it off Cucurella over the top of the head of Gabriel Jesus. Interesting. But have you seen Edison's goalkeeper kit? It's pink. It doesn't even have the City logo on. It just has Man City across it. Interesting. So City's even the goalkeeper kit. So here's Murder. Cucurella. Oh, he's gone down theatrically there under a challenge. Brighton switch the play, and it's going to be a free kick to Brighton. I don't think that was much of a foul from Gabriel Jesus. Cucurella goes down, punching the floor. A yellow card for Jesus, which I think is incredibly harsh. Or is it Kyle Walker? Oh, it's Walker, in fact. Ooh, it does actually, take it back, looks nasty. Looks nasty. Looks nasty by Walker. Don't think he meant to do it, but he right on the studs on the side of Cucurella's boot. Rightful yellow card. Blanky says Anthony, Rafinha or Anton Maximin. Rafinha's Premier League proven, but I am a big fan of Anthony at Ajax. Real big fan. Pinaldo and Lingardinho saving Ollie. Quite right, mate. City are away from home, Bruno. They are at the Amex Stadium, Brighton's ground. Thoughts on buying a left back in the transfer window or a right back? We need a left back, don't we? Need a natural left back. I'd still play Cancelo on that other side. Left back sometimes, but I think Cancelo wants to play right back. Long ball over the top by Brighton. Kyle Walker nods it down calmly to goalkeeper Edison, but Cucurella is in and around him. Have to be careful. Here's Ruben Dias from Manchester City. Back to Edison he goes. Rodri. Diaz. Brings the ball out for City from the back. Flicks it round the corner. Diaz out, caught out of position now. Poor pass. Brighton on. Trossard. Great chance here. And he's offside. He's the Belgian Trossard. Luckily for Manchester City. Alejandro Grimaldo, says Lanky. Been streaming it for years. I think the only problem with Grimaldo is he's had a lot of seasons injured, hasn't he? Seems to be quite injury prone. There's Grimaldo. Doesn't get in the Spain side either. Fernandez says it's full to be a City home game. There's loads of empty seats here at Brighton, actually, Fernandez. But I know what you're trying to say. The ground at the Etihad is empty. Long ball by Walker, trying to switch it to Jack Grealish, who's up there for a header, and Grealish does win the header. But all the way through to Sanchez, and City can't be playing long balls like that to Phil Foden, Grealish and Jesus. Maybe Jesus will get up, but Grealish certainly won't. Who's our captain today, says Redite? It is Ilkay Gundogan. Good play from Brighton at the back here. Sanchez back out to Dunk. Been very impressed with the brand of football Brighton are playing here. Dan Burn. Oh, he's given it away though. Dunk is going to end up running it behind for a goal kick. Smartly done by the English centre-back. Captain for the Seagulls. City pressing high. Trying to catch out Brighton. Elijah Walker's got to be careful not to get a red yet. That happened last season, didn't it? Here's Diaz. Teo, or go a bit far-fetched, maybe Davies. Never get Alphonso Davies. Teo Hernandez would be fantastic, but I think he loves life in Milan. And he wants to stay there. He's going to sign a new contract. Long ball over the top by City. Grealish chases it all the way through to Joel Veltman. Overhit. But Teo Hernandez, I think he's happy in Milan. I mean, would you really decide to live in Manchester over living in Milan? I know what most people would pick, and it's not Manchester. Brighton again out from the back. They play it. Good confidence from Murder here. And Lallana. Here is Dunk. Wide to Dan Burn. Burn into Murder. Oh, into Lallana by Mopai. It's a poor pass. Ilkay Gundogan intercepts it into Rodri. City again looking to pick Brighton off when they win that ball back high up the field. Cancelo. Grealish. Cancelo again. Phil Foden once more. Looking for a pass into Ilkay Gundogan on the turn. A little bit sore Ilkay Gundogan, but he does well to recover there. Into Kyle Walker. Will go back out to the wide right hand side to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus on his right foot. Cuts inside. Walker. Bernardo Silva's created the width outside on the right hand side for City. Cancelo's inside right next to Rodri here. And Grealish creating the width on the left hand side for City. Grealish inside to Gundogan. Slow by Gundogan to react there. He's going to be a bit, more careful holding onto the ball. Great work from Cancelo once again. And into Rodri. Diaz. Bernardo Silva on this right hand side up against Dan Burn. Will beat him for pace. Into that left foot by Bernardo. What a ball by Bernardo Silva into the box. And Phil Foden couldn't get the end of it for wonderful goalkeeping from the Spaniard Sanchez, the goalkeeper, who's made a mistake for the goal, but he's been fantastic from that. Milan has a higher rainfall though, says Lanky. Yeah, but I'm sure in the nicer days it's better. I love Manchester, of course. That's my hometown, Greater Manchester, but I think I'd rather live in Milan. I remember going to a City game, the ICC in the summer, and loved it. The atmosphere was awesome because I became a City fan since then and got to meet Mahrez, cool guy. Well, that's really cool. That is a really good story, Mayor. I bet it was good to meet Riyad Mahrez. Top quality player, isn't he, Mahrez? And I realise says, what about his brother Lucas for left back? Prison FC's already signed him, says Lanky. Well, that's an interesting story, that one, because I think he's got a bit of bad press, Luca Hernandez, the brother of Teo, for breaking a restraining order. But he broke the restraining order against his wife. He actually had a scuffle with his wife, I think about 5 years ago in Spain. She put a restraining order against him when he was his girlfriend. They're now married. And once he stepped foot in Spain, they said, you're not allowed near her because of a restraining order. But it's his wife. So, it's a bit unfortunate for him, really. Here's Cucurella down the left-hand side for Brighton. They look to counter. Oh, good little skill pass, Kyle Walker. Into Trossard. Back to Cucurella. Trossard makes the running behind. Good ball into the box, intercepted by Ruben Dias. City counter again. City are playing counter-attacking football against this Brighton side. Bernardo Silva, what a run by Grealish. What a ball by Bernardo Silva. Grealish looking for a goal here. I've just took him out my fantasy team. I put Phil Foden in, and Phil Foden scores. That's why I put Phil Foden in my fantasy team. Lose possession like that, Brighton, and you get caught out. 2-0 City. Efficient counter-attacking football. Have we ever seen that at City? Phil Foden with a goal. I've just put him in my fantasy team. I made him my vice-captain, a captain. Masterstroke from me. On the fantasy team. But City counter. They win it back. Poor pass. Rodri into Bernardo Silva. On the halfway line. Plays it cutting ball through to Jack Grealish, and Grealish unselfishly across the goalkeeper outside of the boots. Phil Foden actually gets tackled, Foden, by Dunk. He managed to get a foot in there, but it loops up into the top corner. Nothing they can do about that, really. What a ball by Bernardo Silva, by the way. Incredible player is Bernardo Silva. Goal for Phil Foden. 2-0 Manchester City. Counter-attacking. And City go 2 goals up here at the Amex. It's an own goal or a goal by Phil Foden. I think it's a goal by Phil Foden. Or is it an own goal? It's gone down as an own goal on Sky Sports, I think. Well, thank you, Sky Sports. I've just gone on about my Fantasy Premier League team, about getting points for Phil Foden being vice-captain, and you're telling me it's an own goal? I hope that's gone down as Phil Foden's goal. I really do, because I need the points, guys. I haven't done a recap on the fantasy team today. I probably will on the next live stream next weekend. Let someone, let people pick up a couple of points, and I usually show the top 10 or so. I might be in the relegation zone at this rate. My team's shocking. Every time I take a player out, they start scoring, so I put them back in, and then like Ferran Torres, then they get injured. 3 months out for Ferran Torres. What a goal by City, though, on the counter. Fantastic. I think it was an own goal, says Mr. Tigerman. Don't be telling me that, Mr. Tigerman. Don't be telling me that. I need a Phil Foden goal to save my Fantasy Premier League team. I'd like to at least finish in the top 10. I'm like Watford at the moment. Even worse, I think I'm the Norwich, though, our Fantasy Premier League team. I only got about 14 points last weekend, out of a possible 270 or something. But well done to Phil Foden for getting in there. Great pass was great from Grealish. I'd say it was Foden's goal. I want it to be Phil Foden. It's a goal for Foden, says Elijah. I hope so. We'll see what they decide at half-time. We'll find out by the second half. Here's Cancelo for Manchester City, back to Aymeric Laporte. Into Ruben Dias. He looks for a ball over top. City playing counter-attacking football. It's working well. Good header by Dunk, back to his goalkeeper Sanchez. You hardly see City play counter-attacking football. And there's a reason why. It's because we're terrible at it. We're absolutely terrible at it. We mess up passes. We don't finish our chances. We've scored that one from a counter-attack, which is very surprising for City. I mean, if City get good at counter-attacking as well as playing teams off the park, then wow, what a team we could be, because we can do both things then. Well done, Gundogan, working hard for City. Into Laporte, who's played a shocking pass back to goalkeeper Ederson. Diaz bails him out. Laporte's had a shocker so far, I feel. Oh, Brighton give the ball away again here. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo into Jesus. Look at the space for Grealish out wide. Jesus works it wide to Grealish. Grealish on his right foot, saved by the goalkeeper. Jesus on the rebound. Oh, it's another goal for City. It's another goal for City. Gabriel Jesus. I took him out of my fantasy team as well. I'm not mentioning fantasy football anymore. Make me cry. Great goal from Jesus. I think he goes for the keeper's legs. He's having a shocker. Here's Robert Sanchez. They give the ball away. There's Lewis Dunk. Brighton playing it out from the back. They haven't got the quality to do that. Bernardo Silva picks it up. He works it wide to Jesus. Lovely little, shift from Jesus from the left foot back to the right foot. Wide to Grealish from the left-hand side. Gets it onto that right foot. Has a shot that's saved by Sanchez. Back to Jesus, who somehow beats the keeper. We'll see it again here. He's onside, Grealish, I think. Ooh, does it deflect this shot by Jesus? I think it's a massive deflection here. Ooh, there isn't a massive deflection. I tell you what, Jesus just kicks it towards Sanchez. Well, I tell you what, if you're a Brighton fan, you'd be saying, get rid of this goalkeeper. Oh, Lord, Laporte, says Mr. Tigerman. Well, nothing can be worse. We could have a 7-0. We could be rivaling Chelsea here. Lanky said 4. I don't know how the goalkeeper's been beat by that. I don't know how the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, has been beat by that. The shot goes just towards his right hand. It just hits him and goes in. It's really poor goalkeeping again. He's absolutely rattled. Lanky's calling it 10-0. Well, if we can outdo Chelsea 7-0, it's been an absolute crazy weekend of goals. I'll tell you what, match of the day. We'll have a struggle fitting all the highlights in, won't they? At 10 o'clock tonight. Hit a heel of Foden, says Mr. Tigerman. Is it a Phil Foden goal, Mr. Tigerman, then? Does that go down as a Foden goal? Has he got a double? I might get double points if he's got a goal there. I hope it goes down as a Foden goal, but I think it will go down as a Jesus goal. I couldn't really tell if it hit his heel or not, but it did seem to take a weird Bobble. Long ball by City. Shocking clearance by Dunk straight to Grealish. Wonderful touch by Grealish on the right foot. He snapped from behind. Will be a free kick for City. Pascal Gross, I think, will get booked just for his reaction. Not a great day, mate, says Pickled Pep. Yeah, Brighton are having a shocker, Pickled. I don't think, to be fair to you, Pickled, I don't think you're playing bad. I don't think you're playing bad. I think you're just making silly mistakes and getting caught out for it. You're giving the ball away in positions where you can't afford to give the ball away. Rideye says, Google it, says Foden goal. Well, hopefully he's got a double, Phil Foden. So 33 minutes played, City are 3-0 up. A goal every 10 minutes. What does Bing say, though, says Lanky. Quite right. And Duck Duck Go and Tor and all the other ones. Everyone seems to trust Google, don't they, these days? The number one searched thing on Bing is, in fact, Google. The number one thing searched on Bing is Google. Because everyone who uses the Bing search browser just searches for the Google search browser. Here's Jesus. He's giving it away here. Wins it back. Well done, Gabriel Jesus. No, Brighton is just making terrible mistakes, Mr. Tiger Man. Yeah, I don't think they've been that bad, Brighton. They're just making shocking mistakes, and the goalkeeper's having a... He might as well be wearing City colours, Robert Sanchez. He really might. Here's Lewis Dunk. Ooh, good play from the centre-back. And a good ball as well. And here's Brighton. On the attack here. Murder. Back heel into Trossard. Wide to Cucurella. There's men in the box here. Cucurella with a swing in. Rodri, good defending from the Spaniard. The big old midfielder gets his hand on it. Knocks it away. Trossard. Good bit of movement as well from Brighton. Good attacking football. Roderick, good interception with the header. Nods it behind for a corner to Brighton. It's a Foden goal, says Ridai. Thank you. And the Poznan is back. The Poznan is back at the Amex. The City fans are starting it again. Let's get the Poznan back going. I mean, I haven't been to a game this season. But the Poznan's back going again. Brilliant. Crossing by Brighton. Head away by Laporte. I hope the Poznan's back. Oh, City on the counter again here. It's looking worrying for Brighton. João Cancelo. Little step over. Oh, he tries to nutmeg the Brighton player. Cancelo had to just play it in behind there. Overcomplicating things. And with counter-attacking football, one thing Manchester United, to be fair, credit to them, don't do is they don't overcomplicate things, especially playing on the counter. You're just going to play those passes in behind onto those fast players. And with Phil Foden, City have got that pace. Mr. Tigerman says if Roger is faster, he'd be the greatest midfielder of all time now. Probably. Crossing by Cucurella and into the hands of Edison. Good crossing from the Spaniard. Another counter, says Mr. Tigerman. City are playing counter-attacking football. I can't believe my eyes. Poznan is better than the Mexican way, says Lanky. Yeah. Of course, it originated from Lech Poznan, who City played Polish side in the Europa League many years ago now. And they did it against City. It just sort of stuck with the City fans from then on. We thought, that's actually a really good thing. Really good idea to do. Here's Jesus on the right-hand side for City. City attacking again, running at Cucurella. Here's Gabriel Jesus. City looking clinical as well in front of goal. What's going on? Rodri. Mayers is left for 3 minutes and this what happens. Yeah, 3-0 Manchester City. Blitzing Brighton here. Laporte. Wide to Grealish on this left-hand side. Come on, Jack. I took him out of my fantasy team, Jack Grealish, for Phil Foden, so I hope you don't score. Here's Phil Foden. Foden into Rodri. Rodri into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo into Walker. Bernardo again. City starting to get a bit of control of this game. I haven't really had control of this game at all, City. Just hitting Brighton on the counter. Foden. Grealish. Beautiful from City. Cancelo. Back into Grealish. What a run from Bernardo. Grealish is not going to look for him though. They've closed the gap, have Brighton. Grealish goes back to João Cancelo. Cancelo with a switch of play. To Walker. Intercepted by Cucurella. And intercepted by Rodri. In return, City with the ball back. Gundogan. Jesus. Diaz, counter-attacking is really working, says Ridai. I tell you what, Ridai, if you're watching this team and this game as an opposition Premier League side, you're thinking City are good, we sustain, attacking. What if we can counter-attack as well? We're worrying side. Here's Phil Foden. Listen to the far post, and it's overhit by Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva can't keep it in. And he's a goal kick to Brighton. Now we know how Tottenham beat us, says Mr. Tigerman. Exactly, counter-attacking football. We haven't seen it here for a long time. And I've noticed the goalkeeper kit doesn't have the logo, though. I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. Yeah, it's the same as the third kit. No logo on the kit. Just... We did come off Foden's heel. It did come off Foden's heel, that chance City had, that goal they scored with Jesus. I wonder if Phil Foden gets that goal. Has he got a double Foden? Is my fantasy team about to get incredible points? I'll be top back this time next week if Foden scores in a couple of... Tell you what, if you've got Mason Mount in your team, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? Hat-trick today. Here is Veltman at the back for Brighton. Pascal Gross. Back to Robert Sanchez. Here's Lewis Dunk for Brighton now. Bringing the ball out from the back. He was at fault for that goal. And he's made another poor pass here, Dunk. And giving it away to Manchester City. And he might have saved a goal, Lewis Dunk. But he's actually probably contributed to 2. So his goal line clearance was a waste of time. City have had 12 shots so far in this game. 7 on target. Brighton 2 none on target. Foden hat-trick will shush the Mount fanboys up to this Lanky. I mean, if anyone genuinely believes Mason Mount is better than Phil Foden, then I worry for you. I really do worry for you. Grealish, skips past the Brighton challenge brilliantly. Ball with the outside of the boot in behind to Cancelo. It's just a little bit over it by Jack Grealish. Usually better with his final pass execution is the number 10. That time, didn't make it happen quite right. Foden's better than Greenwood. Foden can score goals. Good goals than Greenwood. Greenwood, without a doubt, is a better finisher than Phil Foden, but Phil Foden is up there with the best young players in the world now. Is it to me, and I've said it in the last stream, I think, it's Phil Foden, it's Erling Haaland, it's Kylian Mbappe, and it's Ansu Fati, the next 4 best players in the world, without a doubt. If they all stay fit and reach the potential that they have, they are the best four players in the world come 2030 or so on. Brighton go back to the goalkeeper Sanchez. Pascal Gross is playing very deep here. Can't be helping his team. He's basically playing like a centre-back. Here's March. Back to Gross. He's basically playing like a right centre-back, the German. Sanchez. Long with that right boot, all the way out to play. City's pressing is good. Google says it's a double for Phil Foden. Let's hope the Fantasy Premier League team says the same. I'll have a check at half-time, don't worry. See how many points I've got. Pep Guardiola there on the sideline, pacing up and down. He's surely going to be happy with the performance. I think he might be a bit unhappy with the way City haven't really controlled the game. We haven't had much of the ball, which obviously Pep is heavily reliant on. But we're winning. We're winning 3-0, so who can complain? Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Ruben Dias from Manchester City. Diaz goes back, does he to Ederson? He does. Ederson into Laporte. Laporte out to Dias. Under pressure here. Into Trossard. Hits Dias and goes behind for a throw into Brighton here. It is a throw in for Brighton. Dias can't complain with that one. He put his head down and hoped the referee had ruled in favour of him, but he kicked it into Trossard, back into himself and out for a throw into Brighton. Tigerman says Foden's not the best at finishing. You're right to an extent, Mr. Tigerman, but I still think he's a better finisher than most of the players in our team. Here's Cucurella, looks for a cross. Good defending from Bernardo Silva. Corner for Brighton. Can they get a chance here? The last 5 minutes of the game to go. Obviously, added time to add on. Can Brighton get a chance to perhaps give themselves a lifeline in this game? 3-1 at half-time, I think at this moment in time they will take. Lanky thinks Mbappe's overhyped. Yeah, he is playing in the French League, isn't he? He is playing in the French League. Here's Slimarch. Cross comes in. Ooh, headed away. City could counter here. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, beautiful flick over the head of a Brighton player. Jesus with a nod forward. Here's Joao Cancelo. Sliding challenge from a Brighton player. Adam Lallana wins it back. And City could have countered there, but Cancelo again looking for the nutmeg every time. And it doesn't work out. Veltman for Brighton. Pascal Gross. Dan Burn. Cucurella. Burn once more. Over the top by Dan Burn. Murder is said to be onside. Ederson out to it. Ederson into Laporte. Well done, Ederson. Can't be done by the goalkeeper. He's been untroubled so far today. And Mbappe or Haaland, says Elijah. I say Haaland, personally. Oh, Rodri's given away one here in front of his own box. Here's Brighton. Chance. Cross comes in. Cleared away. City get very lucky there. Still a chance here. Pascal Gross. But that's really poor from Rodri. Here's Murder. Solly March with the right foot strike. Ederson drops it. Ooh. Powerful shot. Nearly knocked it into his own net, did Ederson there. Rodri with a terrible pass. Ederson goes to catch it and it slips off his fingers. Nearly goes in there. Here's Diaz. He's asking for movement for his team. Foden comes and picks it up from deep. Walker. Rodri. That's a better pass this time. Is it a little bit short to Edison again? But Edison across to Aymeric Laporte. Brings the ball out. There is Laporte. Bernardo Silva. On the turn. Sends Cucurella all over the field here. Bernardo Silva. Little body feints and all sorts. Rodri. Foden. Pretty much at right back now he's Phil Foden. Little turn away from Dan Burn goes Foden. Into Walker. Rodri on the turn. Late tackle on Rodri. Referee says play on advantage played. Laporte. Still looking for that pass. City's trying to break down this Brighton side. Ridice says we're losing our grip on the game. We've got to be careful we don't make silly mistakes like Brighton have done. Foden with a switch of play. Oh, and really, really good interception by Burn. Got a bit lucky because it nearly fell to Jesus with a little clip over the top by Phil Foden. Who's Cucurella? Lallana. Lovely turn by Lallana into Burn. What a terrible pass. And City win it back here. And Burn can't win it back. And here's Bernardo Silva and City on the attack again. And here's Bernardo Silva and a great win back by Lallana. But what a shocking pass by Lallana. Burn was about 1 yard ahead of him. Cucurella drops the deck there. That is a dive by Cucurella. A really bad dive. Dan Burn asks Andre Marinau, is that not a foul? I'd book Dan Burn for what he just said to the referee, which I won't repeat. That's not a foul on Dan Burn. He's chucking his head at the ball as well. Clown. He's like Phil Jones. He's just a tall Phil Jones. I once played a game where we had 15 shots and we couldn't score. Our opponent had 1 shot and scored and we lost. Sounds like Manchester City, Mr. Tiger Man. You're not Raheem Sterling, are you, in disguise? You're at home, you're not at the game, you're here on this live chat. Bernardo's control is really on points, is Mayer, yeah. Incredible player, isn't it? I hope he doesn't leave, but I think he will do. I really do think Bernardo will leave. Super Sunday tomorrow. London derby. West Ham versus Tottenham. That'll be an interesting game. Here's Pascal Gross. I don't know what he's doing. Playing right centre-back, Pascal Gross. An attacking midfielder, wasn't he? Oh, Brighton with another shocking pass into the midfield by Bernie. Ilkay Gundogan. City could easily make it 4-0 here. Phil Foden. Foden! Oh, come on, Phil. Needed that hat-trick there for Phil Foden, or he couldn't give it right. And now Brighton counter. Up the other end they come. 3-on-3. City getting bodies back. Sully March takes on Cancelo. And Laporte. Well done, Cancelo and Laporte. Great win back. Easily done for Manchester City. Who could replace Bernardo? Says Mr. Tigerman. Any midfielder with an engine. Oh, Gundogan's give the ball away here. A game of really poor passing, to be honest with you. But yeah, anyone with a bit of an engine in midfield. But I don't think any player in the world has got what Bernardo has, plus the work rate. I honestly don't believe you'll find another Bernardo Silva. You've got to find someone who's similar. But it's not easy. Here's Mopai. Trossard. Mopai. Good win back by Diaz. Rodri, Gundogan, City counter again. Grealish is bursting in behind here. Gundogan, Grealish in acres of space. Jack Grealish. Got to go back here. Back to Cancelo. City control the game well. Rodri, 45 minutes played here. Not sure how many minutes of added time there is. Let's have a look. 2 minutes of added time. We've played 46. Bernardo Silva skips past the challenge here. Here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo outside the boot. Pass to Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Grealish, could he go for a screamer in the top right? Grealish into his right foot. Grealish with a hit! And it's an easy save for Robert Sanchez. Never going to bother the goalkeeper, that one. The reason why Bernardo struggled because he played right wing. He struggled, but midfield is unbelievable. You're right, Elijah. Incredible midfielder. I play a league and it be over. I can win Golden Boot with 23 goals in 18 games. That's a good return. 23 goals in 18 games. That's more goals than games. Good. Not going to lie, scared for United tomorrow. Salah will dominate them, hopefully. Although I don't know if we need a United win, really, for the sake of City staying top of the table. You know, getting near the top of the table. Anyway, who would you replace Bernardo with as Mr. I have no idea. I have no idea. And Kunku has been mentioned a lot, hasn't it? That's half-time for City anyway. City win by 3-0 at half-time. Counter-attacking football at its finest. I don't think City want to sell Bernardo, Mr. Tigerman, but Bernardo wants to join a side in Spain, doesn't he? Just doesn't like the weather and the culture and the climate of City. So, 3-0 lead at half-time. Fantastic performance. Haven't had much control of the ball, but when we've picked it up, we've countered Brighton fantastically. We need to make sure we don't lose sight of the end of the game. We need to make sure we don't lose our concentration, control the game best we can. But 3-0, fantastic performance. Well done, Manchester City. Well done, Phil Foden. I'm going to have a little break over half-time. I'll be back for the second half in around 10 minutes, 12 minutes or so. You guys talk amongst yourself in the live chat. Put any questions you want to ask me in there for the second half, and we'll see you guys for the second half after this short break.
Got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Oh, my darkest memories, now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. What do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good.
Welcome back to the We Are City channel for our second half, Manchester City versus Brighton. City lead by 3-0. And I've seen their Pulse is here, and he says, what have I missed? I got in late. So I'll give you a little recap, Pulse, and for everyone that doesn't know, City 3-0 up, playing brilliant counter-attacking football. Not the usual control of the game that we expect City to have. The first goal came from a loft into the box by Rodri. The goalkeeper made a massive mistake, dropped the ball. Bernardo Silva with an overhead kick into the path of Ilkay Gundogan, tapping. 1-0 Manchester City. The second goal, Grealish gets in space again. Brighton give it away in the middle. Rodri plays for Bernardo Silva. Beautiful pass that cuts Brighton in absolute pieces. This pass by Bernardo Silva wide to Jack Grealish. He gets it across to Phil Foden. A shot which is, some say an own goal, some say not an own goal. Him and Dunk collide. 2-0 Manchester City. Third goal, similarly, City get the chance on the left-hand side. Jesus could work with Grealish. Grealish a shot saved by Sanchez. Comes back out to Jesus, who hits it. Might come off the heel of Phil Foden. But the goalkeeper, Sanchez, was just, I mean, absolutely shocking performance from the Spaniard. He's been terrible. He's been really terrible, the Brighton goalkeeper. And that is something that Brighton, I think, will be disappointed with, because I don't think Brighton have been particularly bad. But they've made silly mistakes in silly areas, and that's cost them. And the goalkeeping performance has cost them as well. So City do lead by 3-0. The second half is not far away, and we are on 1,780 subscribers. Thank you very much, I say, again, to everyone who has subscribed. If you're not subscribed, by the way, and you aren't listening to this, why not subscribe? It is free, as they say. And do like the video. Liking the video actually makes sure other people know about this channel, and the more you subscribe, the more you like the videos, the more people get to see it. So that's fantastic. Thank you for everyone for you know, doing that. And we're doing amazing on this channel, I think so anyway. I think we're doing really good. I mean, I'm enjoying doing this channel, and that's the main thing, isn't it? If you're enjoying it, you guys are enjoying it, I'm doing something right, aren't I? I'm doing something right. So 3-0 City, hopefully more of the same in the second half. Can City get a 6-0, a 7-0? I can't see Brighton coming out quite as bad in the mistakes in the second half like in that first half. Of course, Chelsea have beaten Norwich by 7-0 today. Can City even match that or get better than that? Quite possibly, but I feel like City would already need to be 4 or 5-0 up at half-time. I don't think they'll score many goals in the second half. I think it could end 4-0. I think a few people predicted 4-0. Been a good half since Pulse, he's missed it. Yeah, been fantastic half Pulse, counter-attacking football. But I think a few people predicted 4-0. I know a few people also predicted 3-1, so they might get it right. Unfortunately, I can't give you any prizes, but it's good to have just a little guess between and amongst ourselves, isn't it? To if you get it right, but I don't want Brighton to score. I want City to have a clean sheet. So whoever said 3-1, I hope that doesn't come true. I want City to win 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-0. I mean, if City win 8-0 today, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I'd love to outdo Chelsea's result. My fantasy team, I've got 14 points for Phil Foden, so I don't know whether that means he scored goals or not. Anyone who understands Fantasy Premier League a little bit more would know that. Pulse is back for the second half. Yep. Enjoy the second half with us, Pulse. Hopefully we see more of the same from Manchester City in this second half. You know, counter-attacking football at its finest. And we're keeping things simple, not overcomplicating things. And, you know, finishing our chances, despite maybe, say, a little bit of luck. Finishing our chances when we get them. I've been very impressed by City. I'm very happy with City. And it's great to see, isn't it? Great to see the side play so well at the Amex. Well, the Formula Grand Prix, the US Grand Prix, is actually tonight. Qualifying is tonight at 9 PM. And the race is tomorrow at 6:30. Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. If that's something you're interested in and you need to know about, there you are. Formula 1. Not a Formula 1 fan. Not a particularly big fan of cars. Just never floated my boat. Have cars. I've never been bothered about cars, really. Some people, you know, really like the engines and, ooh, look at the sound of that car. That's never something I've been interested in. But I do quite like some cars. You know, you start to see some cars you like them. I watched the James Bond film recently. I don't know if you've seen the new James Bond film. It was actually surprisingly good. Bit of a tangent here from football. But I did watch the James Bond film. I don't know if you've seen it. No Time to Die. It's been delayed by, I think, a year now. But I went and watched that the other day. And the previous James Bond film I fell asleep in. I thought, I don't like James Bond. Not particularly good. But I actually enjoyed it. I won't give away any spoilers. I won't tell you what happens. But if you're a James Bond fan, I think you'll really like it. And if you're a fan of film in general, I think you'll still like it. Because it actually does film justice, you know. What's his name now? Kari Joji Funyaka, I think his name is, a Japanese director. He's the man in charge of this one, the newest James Bond film. Did a fantastic job, to be fair to him. There's one really nice scene which I thought was shot really well, where a chemical facility is broke into, and these people are sliding down the side of a building upside down, and the camera stays upside down, and as they cut the glass, it turns. It was just aesthetically pleasing, and if you're someone that's into film, which I really am, that sort of stuff, you think, yes, I appreciate that. Wow, really well done. So City lead by 3-0, and the sides are coming out there after our tangent. Good to have all you guys back for the second half. Foden, Grealish, everyone, they're having a bit of a laugh, those two. I think they're pretty confident City will go on and win this game by, I think, multiple goals. We will win this game by, won't we? Multiple goals. I don't think we're going to have any problems today. City have been at the top of their game on the counter-attacking, which we haven't seen for a very long time, but they do seem at the top of their game counter-attacking wise, and City go out there looking to do more of the same, I'm sure, in the second half. And Phil Foden has been one of the key men in that attacking side, in that false nine role, which he's fit into seamlessly, that false nine role, Phil Foden. And now I haven't ended our vote of will Phil Foden score today, because some say he's got 2 goals and some say he's got no goals. So I've said Phil Foden hasn't got a goal today, but could be getting a hat-trick. Once he gets a clear goal, we'll end that poll. But for now, we'll say Phil Foden. Will he score today? We still don't know. So second half underway, Manchester City versus Brighton. Well, Brighton shot themselves in the foot, didn't they, for most of that first half. They'll be looking to do differently in this second half. Whether they will is another question. Whether City come out with the same intensity as that first half, you know, the same drive to try and score goals, I'm not quite sure. I think we might sit off a little bit and just pick Brighton off when we can do. But we'll have to see. Here's Ilkay Gundogan for Manchester City. Into Joao Cancelo. Wide to Grealish on this left-hand side. Here's Jack Grealish. Back onto that right foot. Into Cancelo. Looking to shoot Cancelo on his right foot to the left foot. Cancelo with a shot that's blocked and deflects behind for a corner for Manchester City. Lively start from the side from Manchester. Little fake shot into his left foot. Hits it. It just hits Lewis Duncan behind. Elijah's back. Good to have you back. Sanchez has been terrible for Brighton today. And I actually watched my girlfriend's brother play. He plays in a Saturday league. And they lost, I've been informed, 6-0 today. But apparently their goalkeeper would start ahead of Sanchez. So that shows how bad he's been. A little outside the boot crossing by Bernardo Silva. Trossard picks it up. Trossard in behind to Mopai. Trying to get past Jack Grealish is Neil Mopai, and well done Grealish. Good physicality from the English winger. City back in possession. Jesus, Grealish. Skips past the challenge. He's fouled by Veltman. Free kick for Brighton, and Veltman tries to pick Grealish up after clattering him. And Grealish not too happy about being picked up. Grealish is saying to the referee, why is he coming over and picking me up? I don't understand it. He's just like clearly fouled me. Well, that's an odd one by Cancelo. He's just passed it straight through to the goalkeeper. Don't know if that was a shot. Everton loses 5-2 to Watford for surprising, says Pulse. Yeah, good performance from Watford. Not so much from Everton. Pressure building on ex-Liverpool manager Rafa Benitez. Your commentary is the best, says Pulse. Well, thank you very much. I tried to do the best I possibly can do for you guys. Here's Kyle Walker. Into Rodri in the midfield position. Jesus, back to Rodri on this far wide right-hand side. Walker. Back all the way to Brazilian goalkeeper Ederson. City looking to control this game more in the second half. Didn't quite do that in the first half. Cancelo into Foden, dropping deep. Foden spins Lallana into Ilkay Gundogan. Advantage played for an arm on Phil Foden's shoulder there. We've got Cancelo and Grealish bombing down his left-hand side. Here's Jack Grealish. All on that right foot. Lets the ball run, does Grealish. Grealish, still Grealish. Into Gundogan, back out to Cancelo. Looks to go in behind to Grealish. Cancelo into his right foot, into Phil Foden on the turn here. Phil Foden with a shot on his right foot. And he drags it wide, does Phil Foden. Good chance for Phil, but he can't catch the ball quite the way he wanted to. Elijah says full-time prediction 3-0. No goals expected then for this second half, Elijah, from you. Manchester City's top scorer since last season Foden and Mahrez joint top on 20. That shows the quality Phil Foden has. Only 21 years of age as well, Phil Foden. What a player. Here is Sanchez for Brighton. Burn, Cucurella. Cucurella unhappy with Murder not passing the ball back to him there. He made a running behind. Pulse thinks it'll be 5-0 at full time. Expecting a double for City in this half. Here's Burn. Murder, Burn once more. Brighton just knocking it around the back here. Looking to try and make up for mistakes. Not make the same mistakes as the first half. That's a great ball from Sanchez, the goalkeeper. Brighton work it wide on the halfway line to Cucurella on this left-hand side. Pass it into Jesus, who keeps it in. Gabriel Jesus, unlucky. Good hard work from the Brazilian. And back to goalkeeper Sanchez, who's definitely a modern goalkeeper. But he's one of those where his ability with his feet, you know, because he's so good with his feet, it overlooks his actual ability as a goalkeeper. He's made some really bad saves today. Or non-saves, you'd say, wouldn't you, really? He's also made some good ones, interestingly enough. He's had a lot of touch on the ball here, Sanchez. Long ball by the Spaniard, the goalkeeper. Up to Mopai. Laporte just bodies him away. Here's City on the counter again. Here's Phil Foden into Gabriel Jesus. Jesus onto the left foot. Cucurella through the back of him. Jesus wants a penalty. Referee says no. Brighton play on. That could be a penalty, that. With the VR, I'll check it. I doubt it. Ball in behind here. Brighton the counter. March. Good interception by Diaz. And he knocks it out for a throw-in. There's Diaz. Diaz thinks he was pushed there in the clearance, and it should be a free kick. We'll see it again here. I don't think it is a penalty. Here's Cucurella for Brighton. Bernardo Silva away. No. Great work from Bernardo. And he wins a goal kick. Wonderful work from Bernardo Silva. The nickname from Monaco was Bubblegum because the ball just sticks to his feet. He only dribbles with his left foot, but it seems to just be stuck to his left foot and he just takes the ball over with him. Pep and Juan Malhillo in deep discussion there. What to do? Maybe De Bruyne could come on. Riyad Mahrez could come on the pitch for City. Cole Palmer. Good to see Cole again, wouldn't it? Or even Sam Edozie, who makes the bench today. The young winger. Here's Walker for City on this far right-hand side. Good pass into Laporte. Brilliant from Walker. Laporte wide to Joao Cancelo. Takes his time here, Joao. Looks for the right pass. Gundogan back to Cancelo. Behind Cancelo is the pass from Ilkay Gundogan. Grealish. Gundogan. Grealish is held off from making that running behind. Gundogan still. Gundogan. Cancelo. City knocking the ball around well. Gundogan on the turn. Lofted pass to Kyle Walker on the right hand side of the centre circle. Into Bernardo Silva far right. Now he's holding the width here. Jesus has gone through the middle here. Bernardo Silva still. Bernardo, a little cut back as well. Brilliant football from Bernardo Silva. Then he switches the play to Joao Cancelo. Pulse wants a clean sheet and we just might get one. Pulse. Swinging by Foden. Dan Burn. It was right onto the head of Jesus. Dan Burn gets there ahead of it into intercepts. Nods it behind for a corner to Manchester City. Well, Tariq Lamptey will be the substitution for Brighton. Hoping to bring him on. And for him to make a difference. And Mepu, I think, is the other one. He's going to come on in the midfield for Brighton Hove Albion. Whether Lamptey and Mepu will make a big difference for Brighton, I'm not so sure. Corner for Manchester City. Gundogan and Phil Foden stand over this one. Ilkay Gundogan, the captain. Arm in the air. Swing in from Gundogan. Diaz with a foot on it. Into the hands of goalkeeper Sanchez. Wasn't the best of touches from Diaz. I mean, that was a difficult skill if he was going to aim that towards goal. I think he was just trying to get something up on it to try and keep the chance alive for City, but couldn't do. Good ribbon Diaz. He was rather Sanchez, the goalkeeper. Dan Burn, Murder. Back to Burn once more. Sanchez long. Into Veltman, good play. Gundogan can't intercept that one. Kicked into Sully March. What a bit of football from Brighton. Sully March switched it wide to Cucurella. Here is the fullback. Cucurella cuts it back to Trossard. Up against Kyle Walker. Onto his right foot. Good tackle by Jesus. And City win it back off Brighton. Jesus up against Trossard and Cucurella. Well done, Gabriel Jesus. Getting back there, winning the ball back for City. Dan Burn against Phil Foden. Foden trying to use his body to get there across from Burn, but Burn was too big and too strong for him. Cucurella again on this left-hand side for Brighton. Here's the Spaniard. Cucurella. Good pass by. Gross into... Oh, Joel Veltman here. Full-back. Whips one in. Rodri ahead on it. Taken down by the Brighton player. Trossard again on this left-hand side. Cucurella on the overlap. Trossard with a swing into the far post. Taken down by Brighton. Chance for Gross. And it's a save by Ederson. Powerful shot which hit Ederson's arms. And then he had to jump out and put his body on it to stop it. Just falling to Neil Mopai. Good crossing, by the way, by Trossard. Butterfingers from Ederson for the second time today. Luckily, it hasn't cost him. But good work from Brighton. City back up the other end, though, now. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Bernardo Silva. Jesus once more. Foden. Oh, he's so good, Phil Foden. Foden again. Foden pushed by Lallana unnecessarily. By the ex-Liverpool man. He once tried to have a fight, didn't he, with Yaya Toure in a League Cup final. Ended up getting picked up and swatted to the floor like a fly. Here's Bernardo Silva. Burns come out to him. Jesus. Bernardo. Burn right on him. Arms all over Bernardo Silva. Can't get anywhere near our players. Our players are half the size of the Brighton players. People especially like Bernardo Silva up against Dan Burn. But they can't get near as they're chasing shadows here at the moment, Brighton. When City get the ball. Here's Bernardo Silva again. Jesus. Foden. Switch of play to João Cancelo. Poor touch unusually by João. Down to Laporte and back to João. City keep this attack alive, flowing and moving. Gundogan. Grealish. Up against Joel Veltman. Again onto that right foot by Grealish. Gundogan. Cancelo. Here's Walker. Jesus. Looking to take on Cucurella, who's tight to him and staying around him, and City continue to pass the ball around. Brighton are trying to press City in small areas, but they can't press the whole field. It's not possible. Diaz, Foden. Oh, brilliant touch by Foden. So unlucky that Dan Burn was in around him. Brighton look to counter now, and they work well in transitions through Brighton. Ball in behind here. Walker's going to get back. He's telling Diaz that he's got this one. Here's silly march around past Walker. Cross in here to the far post, and all the way through to Cancelo. Brighton just needed maybe Veltman or an overlapping fullback on that right-hand side to help them out, but they couldn't. Maybe if Tariq Lamptey had come on, he could have made a big difference there for them. Grealish here. Through the back of him comes Veltman. And it's a free kick to Manchester City. Veltman thinks not. Grealish laughs in the face of Joel Veltman. Nice to see from Grealish, winding up the opposition players as he tends to. Jack Grealish, whatever it is, they always seem to come through the back of him to get the ball. He just can't get the ball off him. So, substitution for Brighton now. Double substitution. Dan Burn comes off. Who's had not a bad game, really, for them. And on comes Tariq Lamptey. Only about 5'4", I think, Tariq Lamptey. Small player, full of energy. Bags of energy in fullback. And it's Mopai who's off for midfielder Imepu. So, oddly enough, Brighton seem to be just going as defensive as possible here. So we'll see how Brighton do with these changes. Whether it'll help them. Here's Murder for Brighton. Jesus back defending again. Good work from Murder. Down this left-hand side. Murder cuts back in his right foot. Trossard back to Murder once more. Trossard again. Great pass. Trossard looking to open up his body here. Trossard. And into the hands of Ederson once again. He's Brighton's liveliest player by far, the Belgian. Good hit and good save from Ederson. Jesus going to be caught out here if he's not careful. Oh, well done, Jesus. Well done, Gabriel Jesus. Into Bernardo Silva, who's not the quickest, but he'll get running. Oh, Bernardo Silva. He sat 3 Brighton players down. 4 now. He just can't get the ball off him. Incredible. Walker. Foul by a Brighton player. Free kick Manchester City. Solly Marsh picks Walker up, and the Brighton fans continue to be frustrated with the decisions of the referee, which are right decisions. They've not made any wrong decisions, Andre Mariner and his assistants. Here's Jack Grealish. Cancelo. Laporte back to Diaz. City are very much in control of this game. Brighton, it's getting to them. The frustration from the players, the fans. Walker. Diaz, Bernardo the best right now since Maya. He's incredible, isn't he, Maya? Even in that move then. I could see the space and I thought it'd be very difficult for him to get the ball into that space to dribble past them, and he still did it. Here's Grealish against Lamptey. Back he goes to Cancelo. Laporte. Diaz. Bernardo under pressure. Through the back of him comes the Brighton player, Lallana. I don't know how they can complain, Brighton. He doesn't get the ball. He just snaps Bernardo Silva. Here's Gundogan. Ball out wide to Cancelo. Bit of it. Oh, really underhit pass. Lamptey's been smashed by Cancelo. Yellow card for his first foul of the game. Well, I don't think that was a foul by Cancelo. Oh, it's because Lamptey's a pygmy. I mean, Lamptey there. I mean, he lets himself fly and do a double twist. I mean, if he'd done that on the diving board in the Olympics, he would have got 10s for that treat, Lamptey. So a yellow card for Cancelo for his first tackle of the game, which is a bit frustrating. Another yellow card to add to the tally for Joao Cancelo. Here's Sanchez. Brighton play it out well from the back again. Veltman, Pascal Gross. Good pass into Sully March. Ball in behind to Tariq Lamptey in a foot race with Cancelo. Good tackle by Cancelo. Cancelo's going to struggle here because Lamptey's got bags of energy. And he's quick. Here's Lamptey. Goes for a crossing, blocked away. Back Brighton go. Pascal Gross. Adam Lallana, intercepted by Bernardo Silva. Mepu. Murder back to Cucurella on this left-hand side. Into Murder once more, looking for that far post of Brighton. Mepu. Murder. Trossard. Great football from Brighton. Trossard! What a save from Edison. Wonderful, wonderful football from Brighton. Who's better dribbling, Bernardo, Foden, Grealish or Mahrez? Ooh, I don't know. Bernardo Silva, it sticks to him. Brighton with a chance here. Diaz nods it away and behind front of the corner for Brighton. They are coming alive here. Wonderful chance. Good save from Edison, but they're playing great football. Brighton has grown massively since Mr. Tigerman. Quite right. They're looking really good. Look, little one-touch football, making it, making City work. Passing the ball around us. Could have scored there. Trossard hit that with power. Veltman's got his arms all over Grealish here. Here's Dunk. Bad cross by Brighton. Back out to the corner taker who's offside for Brighton. And City get a free kick here on the far side. What did the manager say in the dressing room for Brighton? I don't know, but he's fired them up, hasn't he, Mayer? They've come out fighting in this second half. Really good football for them by Brighton. I think he could have been offside, actually, Trossard. It's a good hit. Edison gets lucky as anything there. He saves it, and he saves it into the ground, and it bounces up over the crossbar. Zinchenko to come on, says Mr. Tigon. I'm not even sure Zinchenko's on the bench. I'm not sure Zinchenko's pace against Lamptey would be a good choice. Foul here by Brighton. Free kick to City. It's going to be a yellow card here for Murder, I think. It is a yellow card. Well, at least Andre Marin is consistent. Consistently wrong, but he is consistent. Maybe De Bruyne and Fernandinho. Yeah, Fernandinho could be a good choice, actually. Unfortunately for De Bruyne, I don't think he adds control to a game. Yeah, his passing's very erratic in a sense, the way he plays. Dynamic football, isn't it, for De Bruyne? Looking for those killer passes, he's willing to give the ball away to do that. Here's Cancelo. Back to Laporte. And all the way back to Edison do City. Go. Here is Edison, the Brazilian. Might look for a pass long, might he? Into the fullback Cancelo. Sent off here last season. Here is Gundogan into Grealish. Bit of a chance for Grealish to stretch his legs here. Good pass into Walker by Jack Grealish. Walker. Gundogan's in acres of space here. Walker's going to pace Cucurella, is it? Walker still. Across the box. Intercepted by Tariq Lamptey. That's really poor from Kyle Walker. Gundogan was there at the far post. He needed just a curling pass over the top. He would have found him. And then Mepu's on the counter here for Brighton. And he plays a shocking ball in behind, which Diaz will beat Trossard to. Well done, Diaz. Puts it behind for a throw-in. He did it wrong there, whatever he tried to do there, Diaz. Just didn't have the pace. Ridai's back as well. Good to have you back, Ridai. Here's Murder. Oh, great skill. Murder with a shot. Blocked by Walker. Skips in between Rodri and Diaz. Great footwork from the Polish midfielder. Really good run. Good defending by Walker. Tell me how we play in the second half, says Ridai. Well, we're defending not so well, but we're playing okay. Brighton have come out. And they're coming out firing. Crossing on the corner. Headed, a really poor header. Grealish in there. He's lost the header. Chance still for Brighton. It's bobbling around the box here. Diaz with a poor header. And Rodri underneath it. And away. Tariq Lamptey. They're going to go backwards here. No, they go over the top here. What a ball over to Lamptey. Holds off Jack Grealish, does the fullback. Brighton still. Lamptey. Oh, beautiful step overs past Jack Grealish. Oh, wonderful from Lamptey. Cross comes in. Shocking ball in the end, but what a bit of skill. March. Cucurella. Good defending from Jesus. They fired up G, says Pulse. Pep's going to be fuming. Lanky thinks Brighton are like prime Brazil at the moment. They are. Lamptey was making Grealish dance, Mr. Tiger Man. Step overs, feints all over the place. He had Grealish and whoever was, I think it was Cancelo dancing all over the field there. Brilliant from Tariq Lamptey. Here's Trossard. Crossing on his left foot into the hands of goalkeeper Edison, who calmly and cleverly drops on it. And he's going to take his time now. Take the sting out of the game a little bit. Slow the game down as much as he can do, because Brighton are playing at their tempo and City needs to slow this game down and make Brighton play at City's tempo. They might score, says Ridai. They very much might. Brighton are looking brilliant. Here's Kyle Walker. Bringing it out for the back for City. Into Jesus. Poor pass by Jesus. Straight back to Brighton. Here's Trossard. Frustration for Pep Guardiola, I'm sure, watching Gabriel Jesus do that. Here's Mepu. Murder. In behind to Cucurella, and City will watch this one behind. Edison should be off his line here. That's poor goalkeeping from Edison. City have control of this game. It's unacceptable not controlling this game by winning 3-0. I know. Well, Brighton thought it was a corner. It wasn't. It was a throw-in. Here's Cucurella. De Bruyne, Fernandinho. John Stones warming up for City on the sidelines there. De Bruyne still motivating the players there from the sidelines. Trossard. Brilliant. Brilliant. Bernardo wins it back though. Walker. That's gone out. That went out. That should be a corner for Brighton. No subs made yet, Ridai, but Brighton should have had a corner there. Walker dribbled that ball out of play. Here's Lallana. Mepu. Dunk. Sanchez. Pascal Gross. The German who's played in the third league, wasn't he, of German football, was bought by Brighton. Been very impressive for them. Here's Mepu. He looks very good, this midfielder, by the way. Trossard away from Rodri. Wide to Cucurella. Cucurella. Across the box. He's not a bad cross. Gone to the other side. The fellow fullback or wing back Tariq Lamptey. March. Lamptey. Swing in. Diaz away. We need Fernandinho to control this game. It's ridiculous if he continues. They'll have a comeback, says Lanky. You're right. City need a bit of control in this game. It's not working at the moment. Murder with a swing in. Diaz underneath it in a way. All out defensive performance from City at this moment. Foden chases this one against Dunk, and Dunk goes back to goalkeeper Sanchez. And good play from Brighton. The better side by far. By far the better side of Brighton over Albion. Here's Lewis Dunk. Cucurella gives it away. And he wins it back. Just throwing for Brighton through Murder. Zinchenko is in fact on the bench. Not sure he's the right substitution though. Up against that pace of Lamptey. Trossard. Although we don't have any pacey fullback on the left-hand side, do we really? Not that Cancelo isn't pacey, but he's just not quite an out-and-out defender. Ball over the top by Brighton. What a ball that is! Here's Sully March. Great run from right through to the centre. Trossard. Over the top again. March is in there. Rodri intercepts. Walker. Oh, he buys a foul there, Kyle Walker. That's a cheat one, referee. Kyle Walker drops the deck. And City win a free kick here. He's bought that one as Kyle. Ridai says we need De Bruyne, Fernandinho and Palmer. I wouldn't bring Palmer on. I wouldn't bring Palmer on at all in this game. They're likely to make a comeback, says Mr. Tigerman. We're still 3-0 up. Don't be too worried. We're still 3-0 up here. We have played 23 minutes in this half. Walker's slowing the game down. Time wasting. Brighton fans are giving Walker a bit of abuse here. I think he's winded himself, Walker. Andre Mariner says, play on. City take the free kick. Diaz takes it short to Edison. Out to Joao Cancelo. Here's Laporte. Gundogan. Kick on Gundogan. And a free kick to City. Lallana says he gets the ball. He didn't get the ball, Adam Lallana. And he gets a yellow card as well. I'm glad he's given him that. Lallana's a player I just really don't like. Lallana didn't get the ball. He just booted Ilkay Gundogan in the knee. So clearly, he needs some new glasses, doesn't he? A new contact lenses, Adam Lallana, because he's not seeing what he thinks he's seeing there. Mr. Tyrone says we're playing atrocious, though. We're not playing brilliantly, but we're hanging on, aren't we? We're 3-0 up, remember. The side's just dropped off. I think it doesn't bode well for the future games that we're 3-0 up and then sort of just stop playing football, but you never know. We could score a fourth here. Bernardo Silva, oh, beautiful. Lallana in there. Still Bernardo Silva goes and Mepu wins it back off him. Bernardo's not getting a free kick for that one. Mariner can't continue to give us free kicks under pressure from the Brighton fans. Here's Dunk. Murder, good football. Good football from Brighton. Really good football. Ball forward to Trossard. Wide to Cucurella. And Diaz beats him to it. And Diaz passes it back to his goalkeeper Edison. That is never a foul on Cucurella. I don't even know how they're even appealing that one, because it's never a foul. Rodri. Walker. Walker over the top here. Shocking ball by Kyle Walker. City haven't been able to string 2 or 3 passes together here. And in a substitution, it's Alexis McAllister who's going to come on here for Brighton. Argentinian midfielder. And here's Veltman. Pascal Gross. Murder. Cucurella. Trossard. Back he goes. Lewis Dunk. Long and over the top here. A chase for Mepu. Who City says offside. He let the ball bobble all the way through to Edison. Who takes it all the way back into his own box here. If anything, that's a foul on Diaz, says Mr. Tigerman. Yeah, it was. Diaz won the ball and Cucurella come through the side of him. Oh, City have given the ball away again here. Here's Lamptey. Ball through to March. It looks like he dribbled the ball all the way out of play. And in fact, Laporte kicks it behind. It's a corner for Brighton. City giving away the ball again. And Alexis McAllister comes on for Pascal Gross. It's a positive change. Pascal Gross has been playing sort of as a full-back, a centre-back at times, a holding midfielder. He comes off for a very attacking midfielder, and Alexis McAllister. So a positive change from Graham Potter for Brighton. Looking like this game probably will end 3-1, 3-2. City don't look like scoring at the moment. So corner for Brighton here. And it comes. Gundogan away at the near post. That's a poor delivery. Tariq Lamptey. Hull thinks we're going to concede at this rate. Quite possibly. We're riding the storm at the minute. The Brighton storm. Over the top by Robert Sanchez. McAllister chases it with all he's got, but he's never getting into that one. There's a goal kick to Manchester City. Good start by McAllister though. Showing his intent to make those runs in behind. And City are making a change here. And Fernandinho is going to come on. One that you guys have been asking for in the comments there. So Fernandinho will come on. Rodri. Oh, City just give the ball away again now. Rodri this time. Cannot string more than 2 passes together. Murder into the box here. And Mepu swings at it. Air shot by him. Mepu tries a very difficult technique of hitting a volley. Behind for a goal kick. But City can't string 2 or 3 passes together. Every ball we pick up we give away. And I think Fernandinho is a smart change by Pep Guardiola. Here's Laporte for City in the box. Bringing it out from the back. Grealish has lost it this time. Bad pass to him by Laporte. Strike from Solly March and over the top. Why Pep put subs on late is red eye. Brighton are on our necks. says Maya. Well, it's Ilkay Gundogan coming off. Fernandinho comes on. We will go to a double pivot with Fernandinho and Rodri, but City have been shocking in this second half. They really have. City have been absolutely shocking. And it might cost us. I don't think it will cost us, but we can't string 2 passes together. So captain Gundogan off. On for another captain in Fernandinho. City have got to start stringing 2 or 3 passes together. We're really struggling. And Rodri saying, talking with Fernandinho, we're going to go to 2 midfield here, double pivot. Brighton must have had about 15 shots in this second half. They really have. Been brilliant. So on comes the leader, Fernandinho. Hopefully, to lead his troops and the City players to 3 points here. We are 3-0 up. We're panicking, but Brighton have still got to score 3 goals here to even get anything from this game. And Ederson has just kicked it straight out of play. What is going on? Shocking from the goalkeeper from Ederson. They should put Kevin De Bruyne centre forward as Radai. I'm not sure that'll help us, Radai. We need someone who can pass the ball around. I don't think De Bruyne is that sort of player, really. He plays the killer passes. Interception by Walker. Brighton on the chest. Here's Sully March. Wide to Tariq Lamptey. Here he comes. Lamptey. Couple of step overs by Lamptey. Clips one in and headed away by Aymeric Laporte. McAllister back down to Veltman and into Dunk. Veltman again. Brighton have been the better side. Has to be said. Here's Lewis Dunk. Brighton by far the better side. On the halfway line is Lewis Dunk. Back to Veltman. They're waiting to see if City press. See they pick holes in our defence. They're just passing through the midfield for fun here, the centre-backs. Great win by Cancelo. City could go on a counter-attack here. Rodri. Pass that ball to Grealish. Rodri plays in Grealish here. City 4-on-2 here. Jack Grealish. Oh, and he's tackled in the box by Veltman. Grealish showed Veltman way too much there of the ball. That allowed Veltman to stick his leg out and make the tackle. And it is Kevin De Bruyne who's coming on here. The number 17. So Kevin De Bruyne comes on for Jack Grealish. So off comes Grealish. Booed by the Brighton fans, interestingly enough, but they'll be cheering him when he's in an England shirt, won't they? Strange bunch. So off comes Jack Grealish here. And on comes Kevin De Bruyne. So De Bruyne, I think, will go through the middle. And Foden will go out to that left-hand side. Foden using his pace against Veltman. Could be a big asset. Foden on the corner. Crosses it in here. Headed away by Lewis Dunk easily. De Bruyne. Pass to Bernardo, which is shanked. But Bernardo gets on the end of it anyway. Here is Walker. Grealish needs to do better, says Radai. I don't think he's had a bad game. I think he's been good, Grealish. All the top here. Here's Jesus against Cucurella. He's offside, Gabriel Jesus. No surprise he's there. I think a lot of people are calling Grealish, but the same people that were calling Bernardo Silva in his first season at City, Riyad Mahrez, Joao Cancelo, they all had bad first seasons, really, or not amazing first seasons. That's when they became good. So I wouldn't, have a go at Grealish too much quite yet. Hopefully De Bruyne can bring us back to our first half of greatness as Mayor. I hope so. And it is De Bruyne centre forward. And it is Foden on the left-hand side. 32 minutes played here. Not long till the end of this second half, really. Dunk. McAllister. Ooh, it's a sloppy pass. Ball over top to Mepu here. And Laporte reads it. Here's Ederson. City are just seeing out this game here. Doing the best to see out this game anyway. Cancelo. Fernandinho. Poor pass by Fernandinho. He's come on to try and help us and he's not doing that here. Fernandinho up against Lamptey and Laporte clears it. Throw in. Lamptey wants a free kick for Fernandinho. Nobody playing good in this second half. It's the first half where we were playing best as Mr. Tigerman. Yeah, we've been very sloppy. Can't string 2 passes together at all. Brighton look the better side by far. If anyone's going to score, you'd say it with Brighton. Veltman back to goalkeeper Sanchez. Who's definitely the modern goalkeeper, isn't he? The Spaniard. Dunk. Sanchez again. Veltman. In the middle to Trossard. Cucurella again bursting in behind. I think Murder's offside here. Or Sully March. Referee says no. Trossard will back into Cucurella. Back he goes to Murder. Olana. Good pass into Trossard. Trossard in behind here. Mepu! Edison takes him down. It's a penalty to Brighton. That is terrible goalkeeping by Edison. That is terrible goalkeeping from Edison. He comes out and just takes down the Brighton player who's asking for a red card for Edison. Fernandinho's laughing at him. Why has Edison come out there and Mepu's going nowhere? Edison just comes out and takes him down. Shocking goalkeeping. Shocking goalkeeping. Oh, there might be an offside in it though, earlier on. For Brighton. I think Sully March was offside in the build-up, so maybe it won't get given here. But Edison, that's terrible goalkeeping. Terrible goalkeeping by Edison. Just comes out and just takes him down. He's going nowhere. He's on the byline and Edison comes and takes him out. They'll exactly missed the time when the ball was going out. Stupid goalkeeping from Edison. He's had a poor game. And it's going to cost him here. Penalty. Check is complete. Penalty given. See if Edison can save it. I doubt he will, to be honest with you, because he's had a shocker, Edison. Well, Mopai is off the pitch, so it's Alexis McAllister. And a deserved goal if Brighton score this one to get back in the game. So, Edison versus McAllister. From the spot. I doubt it would save it to Mr. Tiger. And McAllister steps up. And Alexis McAllister. Edison saves it into his own net. Weak arms by Edison. Weak wrist from Edison. 3-1. Brighton get a goal back. Should save it, should the Brazilian. Arms on it. Weak wrist from Edison. Weak fingers into his own net. Goal from McAllister. 3-1. Game on. 10 minutes or so to go. Deserved goal that. 10 minutes to go, Edison. Shocking goalkeeping. In the build-up anyway for the penalty. Walker with a header here. I wonder if City can actually make more than 2 passes now. Here's Rodri. Walker. Jesus. Brighton are all fired up now even more so. Cucurella with a back heel to Mepu. Mepu long only to Diaz. Diaz to Rodri. De Bruyne flicks it around the corner. And straight back to Brighton. City are in trouble here if they're not careful. Nearly saved it, says Andrew. He did, but you'd expect a world-class goalkeeper who gets his hands on that to keep it out. Here's Cucurella. Ball in behind here. Brighton looking for a 3-2 possibly. Pickle Pep is back and he's celebrating. Brighton looking by far the better side in this second half. Here's March and he's been fouled by Diaz here. Shoulder barge apparently. Cucurella with a push on Diaz. I'd like to see him start a fight with Diaz. Cucurella. Bit like Guendouzi, isn't he? Get pulled around by his hair. What happened to Edison, says Redeye? Well, he's had a shocker today, Edison. I think if he'd been tested on goal as many times as Sanchez had been tested in the other end, then they might have got the 3-3. There's still time to get this 3-3. McAllister on this free kick. Swinging by McAllister. Massively over it. Crossed by Alexis McAllister. Behind for a goal kick for City. Graham Potter encouraging his players here. City haven't played since the first half at all. 37 minutes of nothing, or 38 minutes so far of nothing in the second half. City can't be playing it short from goal kicks because they haven't got the sharpness to pass it out from the back. At the same time, they need possession and we can't get it. Kicking it long is not going to get us possession because the types of like Dunk at the back and Veltman will easily win headers against De Bruyne and people. Edison's getting booked for time wasted here. So, Kevin Friend books Edison for time wasting. He doesn't seem right, Edison, to me. Seems rattled a little bit. Back in the game, awful response to the goal, in my opinion. Well, City have been shocking in this second half. So here is Edison. Sends it long. De Bruyne's not winning a header against Burn. Diaz in there for City. Rodri also. Walker up and underneath it. And Lewis dunked back down to his goalkeeper. Good play from Brighton again. I don't know why they didn't play like this in the first half, Brighton. Veltman skips past Bernardo Silva. Tariq Lamptey forgets the ball here with a step over. Still managed to keep it in somehow. Here's McAllister. Brighton looks so good. What would Steffen save the pen? He wouldn't have given the penalty away, I don't think, Zach Steffen. Nodded down by Walker, only as far as Trossard. Brighton these last 5 minutes want to get that second and third goal. Walker. Up and underneath it and behind for a throw into Brighton. City look absolutely rattled here. Cucurella. Murder. Cucurella back to Lewis Dunk. Edison just having a bad game. Wouldn't write him off because of one game. Quite right, mate. He's having one bad game. Doesn't mean he's bad in general. Here's Lamptey. Gives it away to Fernandinho into Foden. Bernardo Silva. City give it straight back to Brighton. March skips past a couple of City players and past Bernardo Silva as well. Sully March here. Keeps it in as well. Gives it away to Bernardo. Bernardo clears it away only as far as Lamptey. He gets away from Phil Foden as well. Tariq Lamptey. Skips past a couple of challenges to Tariq Lamptey. Brilliant from Lamptey. The shot that's wide the post. And how these Brighton players are just dribbling in and out of City players like they're not even there. It's very frustrating to see as a City fan. Brighton are the better side by far. And I think if City had lost this game, you wouldn't argue. Substitution for Manchester City. I think it's our final substitution, our third substitution. Riyad Mahrez on. Gabriel Jesus off. And Kevin Friend follows Jesus here. Trying to get him off the field quicker. And Jesus will take his time here, I'm sure. Brighton just played very well in the second half, as Mayor quite right. Fair play to Brighton. They're quite a decent side, aren't they? We said that before the game. We've seen that in the second half. We didn't see that in the first half. But we definitely see it in the second half. So Riyad Mahrez on for Manchester City. On that right-hand side. Edison long. De Bruyne in there against Dunk. Might fall to Bernardo Silva. Can't take it down, that can he? Oh, Phil Foden does anyway. Rodri into Riyad Mahrez. First touches for the Algerian. De Bruyne in behind to Kyle Walker. Great acceleration from Kyle. De Bruyne's in behind here, but he goes back to Mahrez on the left foot. Mahrez. Still Riyad Mahrez. Into Walker. Rodri. This is the first time City have put maybe more than 2 passes together. Fernandinho wide to Joao Cancelo on this left-hand side. Cancelo. Fernandinho. Cancelo again. Bernardo Silva back to Cancelo. This is better from City. Just a bit of possession now. Much needed possession. And Laporte ends up going all the way back to goalkeeper Edison. Edison wide to Aymeric Laporte. Foden. Bernardo. Laporte. Good little spin away from the striker by Aymeric Laporte into Fernandinho. Here is Fernandinho and he gives it away to Brighton. Refs his advantage play. Bernardo wins it back off Brighton. Good play from Bernardo Silva. Here is Bernardo Silva. Mahrez is making a run here. Bernardo still Bernardo into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne across the box to Riyad Mahrez. Good defending from Brighton. De Bruyne again across the box. Blocked by Cucurella. Falls to Riyad Mahrez. He nods it down to Rodri. City looking for that fourth and that goal that will kill the game off. Mahrez has worked, says Mr. Tigerman. Completely calmed down the game, hasn't he, Riyad Mahrez on that right-hand side. Here's Phil Foden for City. Cancelo. Fernandinho. As soon as Mahrez has come on, we've completely changed, haven't we? Mahrez. Rodri. De Bruyne. Walker. This is better from City. See this game out. More professional performance, you'd say. Cancelo. Foden. In behind to Cancelo. There ahead of Veltman is Joao Cancelo. Wins a corner for his side. Well done, Joao. Well, it could be a goal kick, this one. I have to see. I think it's a corner. The camera is firmly focused on João Cancelo. It is not. It's a corner for Manchester City. Foden goes across to take it short. City have got no one in the box. But Brighton has still got bodies in their mark in the box. Here's Phil Foden. Good run from Bernardo Silva. Still Foden. Rodri. De Bruyne. Good ball in behind to Phil Foden. Here is Phil Foden. Phil Foden! Oh, good save from Sanchez. Good save from the Brighton goalkeeper. Should have scored there. Foden could have got his hat-trick, or was it a hat-trick? De Bruyne. Here's Bernardo Silva. Cancelo. Far post to Walker. And down to Diaz by Kyle Walker. City have said, you know what, we'll see this game out now. We'll end the poll because Phil Foden has scored apparently. According to Sky Sports, he has got a goal. We'll take that. Cancelo, Foden. First half, Sanchez, an easy goal for Foden, says Mr. Tigerman. You're right. Fernandinho, De Bruyne. Back he goes to Laporte. City knocking it around well. Good spell of possession for City. Bernardo Silva. Fernandinho. Into Kyle Walker. Mahrez. Walker. Fernandinho. De Bruyne. Around the corner to Phil Foden. Foden on the turn here. Cancelo's made a great running behind Lamptey. Foden. Foden still. He should have passed to Cancelo there. Still going Phil Foden. He wants his hat-trick, does Phil Foden. Brilliant block by Dunk, who throws his body at it. And he's got cramp actually in his hamstring. But Foden could have passed it through to Cancelo there. Got an assist for himself. Ooh, Foden should have beat Sanchez there. I wish Foden can get his hat-tricks as Maya. He might do. Good save by Sanchez with the foot. Did fantasy football count the 2 goals as Foden, says Mr. Tigerman? I don't think so. And Phil Foden's gone down here. What seems to be cramp. But he's back up. Here's Bernardo Silva. Kicks it into the Brighton player Veltman. It deflects back off Bernardo for a throw into Brighton. Not long left in this game now. Mahrez a key factor, says Mr. Tigerman. Yeah, he's been fantastic. 5 minutes of added time. 1 minute of it played. And ball behind it. It's a goal kick for Brighton. City think it's a corner. Referee says no. So man of the match time on Sky Sports. And they're going to give it to Phil Foden, I think. 2 goals, 7 shots. He's travelled 11.2 kilometres, the most of any player in the field, and he's made 15 sprints, the most of anyone in the field. So Phil Foden with the man of the match, and I think we'll all agree with that one, wouldn't we? We'd all agree with that one, Phil Foden, man of the match. With not long left in the game now. 3 minutes. 92 played. Mahrez in the first few minutes already better than the whole Man City team in the second half. You're right, Mr. Tigerman. He's been fantastic, Mahrez. Little layoff to Kevin De Bruyne here. De Bruyne to Bernardo Silva. Looks to flick it back into behind to Riyad Mahrez. But Cucurella wins it back for them. And Bernardo Silva wins it back for City. And Rodri up and in behind here and over the top here. And Mahrez will chase this one. And Mahrez takes it down beautifully. What a first touch. Mahrez. Looking for 4 for City. Mahrez still. Oh, he's taken too long there when De Bruyne made a run. Bernardo. Mahrez. Skips away from Imepu. He wins it back for his side. And Mahrez has given it away here. Here's Imepu, little back heel that comes off Rodri, and Diaz clears it into Imepu and behind for a throw-in to City. City, professional performance. City seen out this game now towards the end. And we will take a 3-1 win. Back with us to Manchester as we go into our next Premier League game next weekend. I'm not sure who that is. Here's Rodri. De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Phil Foden. City with a chance here. Foden, he's got only eye for goal for himself. Foden with a shot. He's been very, very greedy, Phil Foden. He's desperate for the hat-trick. But he does need to start passing it. Good chance there to pass for Phil Foden, but he decided not to. Went to go for goal himself. It's a corner to Manchester City, blocked away. And Foden comes across to take it. De Bruyne goes short. City will take the time on this corner here. Foden into De Bruyne. KDB. Still De Bruyne. Back to João Cancelo. Very greedy, says Mr. Tigerman. Yeah, he's looking for his hat-trick, isn't it? desperate for that hat-trick. Here's Bernardo Silva. The players will help him try and get it if they can do. Rodri. Walker. Walker back to Diaz. Walker again. City toying with Brighton in the centre circle here. Cancelo did a great overlap to Mr. Time, and Cancelo's been good. Next game is Crystal Palace next, says Mayer. Well, that'd be an interesting one. Here is Cancelo for City. De Bruyne on the overlap. Cancelo. Strike from Cancelo into the hands of goalkeeper Sanchez. Wasn't enough power on that one from Joao. And he looks tired getting back. Cucurella into the midfield to the Brighton players. Murder. Back to Dunk. It's a poor one. Foden's taking this down here, and Lewis Dunk gets away with it. Phil Foden. His eyes lit up there for his hat-trick. Foden into Mahrez. Mahrez running one with the keeper. Riyad Mahrez makes it 4-1. Well, he comes on and Mahrez, he calms the game down for Manchester City. When he scores a goal for Manchester City, it's an assist for Phil Foden, I think. Brilliant from Mahrez. Well done, Phil Foden. Really good goal from Mahrez. Really, really good goal. It's a ball back to the goalkeeper by Murder. Or to Dunk. It's over him. Missed controls it. Foden's in there. Foden down to Fernandinho. Fernandinho back into Foden. I don't know what the defending is from Brighton here, but Mahrez is just stood there because of space. No one's even near Mahrez. I don't know why. So they lay it off to Mahrez, and he smashes it over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Come on, City. Goal, says Riyad Mahrez with it. Manchester City 4, Brighton over Albion 1. Good win for Manchester City. Professional performance in the second half. Seen out the game. Really, really well done. And I think the full-time whistle will go momentarily. And that is the full-time whistle. So a 4-1 win for Manchester City. Foden with a double. We've got Riyad Mahrez scoring as well. City have been fantastic. Well done, City. We were poor in that second half, but, you know, sign of champions when you can do that towards the end of the game. Back to what we expect, says Andrew at the end of the game. Quite right, Golazo, says Mr. Tigerman. So thank you very much for everyone joining on the stream again today. We'll be back for the Crystal Palace game next weekend. Been great to see City win once again. Please do like the video. If you haven't liked it already, please go and like the video. Please do like it if you haven't liked it already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed as well. That also makes a massive difference on this. And thank you very much for the support. Just to see people like you say thanks for the brilliant commentary, it means so much. Honestly, it means so much. Thank you very much for everyone supporting this channel. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.